Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics are over 500 for the first time all season after pulling away in the fourth quarter for a 113-99 win in Brooklyn last night. Jaylen Brown led the Celtics with a game-high 29 points, 17 of which came in the third quarter.
I think just playing team basketball. Some guys made some big contributions and just made some shots, but we was able to get some stops. I think we held them to like 15 points in the fourth quarter or something like that. I think that was a big reason for our run, how we closed the game.
Peyton Pritchard added 5 more threes on his way to a 22-point evening in the win. Celtics are 8-7. They're back home to play the Nets on Friday night. Bruins had last night off the fly to the West Coast. They'll begin a road trip in Anaheim late this evening. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 9:30 and the face-off at 10 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Marco Sturm said yesterday's center Elias Lindholm will join the team on the trip, but Charlie McAvoy will not. Forward Johnny Beecher has been claimed on waivers by Calgary, and defenseman Michael Callahan called up from Providence. Patriots will be back at practice today. They're in Cincinnati Sunday. Bengals top wide receiver Jamar Chase had the appeal of his one-game suspension denied by the league last night, so he will sit out this weekend's game. And the Red Sox made a lot of roster moves and trades yesterday. Both first baseman Nathaniel Lowe and reliever Josh Winkowski were designated for assignment. The team made 4 trades as well. Lefty Brennan Bernardino sent to Colorado, Chris Murphy to the White Sox, and sometime Major League reliever Luis Guerrero shipped to Tampa Bay. Minor leaguers David Sandlin, Tyler Uberstein, and Shane Drowan were added to the 40-man roster. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does it sound like you? Visit CatchesLaw.com. I'm John Wallach of Boston Tone for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Takes the step, and only to his right. It's being chased by Judon. Drake May on the run for the 5.
Drake May knows it.
Boston, he's the best sports city in the world.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah. Boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, kitty, pussy, kitty, kitty, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go. Ah, yes. Cuba Labor Gabba Gabba. WBC in Baltimore for Goofy Mama 2 for 104.1. Having a little fun. You got it, baby.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tires Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube, subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube, and get all that. We, in the opening that Nick made, it has Make America Nut Again, which was, I don't remember the context of it. It was a sarcastic comment. But nonetheless, yesterday Hardy, during the email segment, opened up a mail that it was a T-shirt of Wallach's high school yearbook photo, and it said "Make America Nut Again." And I remembered last evening that it was in my house, so I had a picture taken of me wearing said shirt. It's a bad Fred Toucher. I probably should have collabed with the show, but it's always moving so fast. It was all moving so fast. And, John, you had a college friend that lives in Florida contact you?
Yes, lives in Jacksonville. Haven't heard from him in 4 or 5 years. Called me and said, that guy, Fred Toucher, does he work with you? And I said, yes. And he goes, I saw the picture online. I saw the picture on Instagram. Where can I get one?
Okay, so he saw the picture on my Instagram account.
Yes.
But didn't know that you worked with me.
Yes, that's correct.
So how would that have come across his Instagram
I
account?
don't know the answer to that.
Okay, because you realize he was being coy.
Yes.
Okay.
Now that we're working our way through it, yes, I do realize that he was being coy.
Yeah, that annoys me. like not your part in it. Obviously, you didn't do
Right.
anything, but
Right.
just like why do people feel the need to do that? Do you work with Fred Tudger? It says in the bio. Wait, like it would never come across your timeline. You
Right.
live in Florida. Like
Right.
it's not part of your algorithm. Like yes, you know that John works with me.
We've discussed this before in social situations where people come up to you and say, "Oh, you work? I don't listen to your show," or what do you do for a living? After we've talked as parents at I've told you many times what it is I do. Don't you get it? You understand? There's no reason for you to be standoffish about radio in any way, shape, or form.
Well, it's just like people will text me during the show that I, have given my number out probably because of kids' sports back in the day, and then they'll go like, "Oh, I just happen to be listening. I don't usually listen." Like that's the precursor, the preamble to the meat of the text, which is completely unnecessary information. Like I don't need to know that. Just say, "I heard you say." Now, if you've never heard the show, which happens all the time, in which I generally assume that's obviously fine. But the idea that someone in Jacksonville, Florida, just happened upon a Fred Tudger Instagram post of me wearing a John Wallach shirt, because I don't even tag you in it, because I don't know your Instagram account. I tried Ken Griffey, but it didn't come up.
John Wallach 24.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, so that's why it didn't work. So, and I even hashtag John, hashtag Wallach.
Yes, I saw that.
So, like, there's no way. It doesn't even say John Wallach. Like,
Right.
There's just no way. Oh, that's got to bug you now that I said it.
Unless the algorithm is such that because John follows you and reposts things that you get tagged in, this person's algorithm feeds him stuff from you.
Highly unlikely. Much more likely scenario is that he knows that I work with John.
What are you furrowing your brow for, John? You don't
I'm
understand.
trying to decide which it is, and I think
John, if he saw a picture of you
Yeah.
on my T-shirt and it was in his algorithm, don't you think at least fine benefit of the doubt? I came up in his algorithm. No. But hang on a second.
Yeah.
But benefit of the doubt, I came up in his algorithm.
Yeah.
Instead of just clicking on who I am and seeing that it's Tudger and Hardy, he in on the radio in Boston, which it says in my profile, he had to ask you.
Well, even more puzzling, why would you know or pay attention to anything John does or says were it not for this show? No offense, John, but you are the least interesting person on the planet.
Okay, thank you.
So for
Yes.
anyone, especially someone who claims to know you, to not know what you do for a living is folly.
Yes.
Yeah. Why else would anyone give two hoots
There's no
to
reason.
use?
That was good. Use
Your
a bird
vernacular.
call there.
Your
That was good.
vernacular.
That was really good.
Do you see what I put as the music?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I can tell you what I put as the music. I can give you the exact thing.
Well, I heard eagles screaming in it.
It's not an eagle, though.
It's
It
a
says what
red-tailed
it is.
hawk.
Ah, there you go.
That proves that I actually do pay attention. Yes.
Yeah, it's a red-tailed hawk.
Red-tailed hawk.
I had gone through, I was going to put Hail to the Chief. I'll take you through the creative process.
Okay.
I was going to put Hail to the Chief, and then I was going to put Curly Shuffle. But then I thought,
It's good, but it's kind of inside.
well, the bird call's very inside, but but the Curly Shuffle I was going to put up, and then I thought, no. Let's maybe a song about birds, and then I went, no, just birds. And that was what the creative process was. And then we put a bow on it and just sent it off to the world. Mm-hmm. That was the bow on top of it.
Now, you said you would wear this shirt out to the gym. Was one place you?
Yeah.
Are you willing to have conversations about the shirt? Should you wear it out and it invites inquiries?
Well, it's just a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a conversation
Same thing
starter.
as having your dog in the yard.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe when they pick up the trash, even though I'm here when they pick up the trash, but, maybe one day if I happen to be sick or something and I'm home when they're picking up the trash, I could just lounge in the front yard wearing the shirt.
Let me tell you something. I had a terrible run-in with the trash guy last week.
Whoa. What happened?
Well, he and I got along famously. His name is Steve.
Yeah, no, we've had people that work on your house call in. You're a friend to every man.
Well,
How is this possible?
He was doing Joey's route because I guess Joey's been doing some more of the recycling since the guy who I've been calling Reno all these years retired. Turns out it's Rhino. I'm like, I would even mention Reno's name to Joey, who knows him. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, why didn't anyone ever correct me? Especially Rhino himself. He's like, no, he just thought it was funny. But he's retired now, so I can't even apologize to him, in person to say, hey, I'm sorry, I was mispronouncing your name. I just saw it on your shirt. I thought it was pronounced Reno.
I got an answer for that.
Yeah.
Private investigator.
I could find him and track him down?
Track him down.
Okay.
Track him down and show up.
Not a bad idea.
Hat in hand to apologize to the man. That's what I would do.
Because this is going to fester. It's going to linger a
Plus,
little bit.
he still should be getting some kind of holiday gift. He did work the first part of the year, and even though he hasn't been around for several months, he still deserves something for Christmas. So that could be my reasoning. Because it'd be a little weird if I were to hire a private investigator, track him down just to apologize for mispronouncing his name. But if I had a gift for him, that makes it totally okay.
So if people put cash in envelopes on top of the trash bins around Christmas, and they put the trash bins out at night, wouldn't a good thing, if you were in need of money, is just to walk neighborhoods taking the money off of the trash cans?
If you're, I guess, dumb enough to put it out there the night before, what you have to do is do it first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning is when you put the gift on top of the cans.
Well, you can go by Hardy's house, much like Shador Sanders' house was broken into during the Browns game. You could break into Hardy's house, or you could not break into Hardy's house. That's Blind Scott in my house. You could just go by Hardy. I'm trying to get you in trouble too. You could just go by.
Trying to get to. How come I don't have a stalker?
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
You could just go to Hardy's house and you'll know, like at 5:30 in the morning, it's still dark out around Christmas time. You just take that cash.
I'm not putting it out there. That's Marcy's job. Make sure it's out there before the trucks come by. And the dog alerts as to when the trucks are coming by anyway, because she jumps off the couch and stands by the front door. She can hear those trucks a block away.
She's trained well.
Yeah.
Something you would do if you were there.
Well, that's where she learned it from. It's
I
just
know that.
mirroring my
what
behavior.
I just said. You trained her well.
There's a
Good
dog
for you.
whose paws are on the windowsill and Hardy's behind it.
Yeah.
Looking
exactly.
Looking to and fro.
Yeah, it's Rockwell-esque. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. That table that I bought came, and it did not come assembled. So I have to put together that table.
Is there a video, perhaps, to help you out?
Oh, I'm sure. It's got to be easier than the baby gate. I'm hoping that it's 5 pieces.
Where did the table come from?
Home Depot.
What kind of table? Like a end table? Is it a coffee table?
It's like a long, low table.
Okay.
You silly with Allen wrenches on this one?
I have a set of Allen wrenches.
That's what I'm saying. It's some of these tables, you get the Allen wrench out, they have the nuts right there, and you're able to screw things in, and you're good.
I'm baffled by the baffles.
Ugh. But I just it's a big box, and it just seems like a lot. I don't want to do it anytime soon.
Hardy?
Why don't you tell? I'm just going to keep scrolling. You tell me when we get to it here. All right? These are more like credenzas here.
You're gonna have to put like low. I to be honest with you, I'm not gonna remember.
Nick just said if you want to pay him again, he'll do it.
Wow, that's nice of him. No, I'm all right. I can put together the table. Nick didn't do such a great job with the skateboards. I can hear him yelling.
Yeah,
through the
he's
window.
incredulous.
They're not straight.
Oh boy,
they're not straight.
Were these for you and Milo? Who are the skateboards for?
I have skateboards as artwork. I have Sean Cliver. I'm a big fan of his artwork, and so I have them. I have 3 in a row, and they were to be lined up. I had the brackets for them, and when I was moving in, it was very overwhelming. So I had Nick put them up, and then everyone who comes over goes, "Why'd you put them up crooked?" said, it's Nicholas. I said,
What's a baffle?
I said, it's Nicholas. And they went, understood. No need to go on. That's what it's all about.
Did he just put them up there all willy-nilly? Because if you're spacing them out on the wall, you got to measure the wall. You got to do some basic algebra. You got to figure out the exact spacing in between all of them. You got to have a level to make sure that
levels are important.
The spacing is fine. It's more of the height of the individual boards are off.
No level?
He's touching himself.
When
Hardy said you have a level, Nick took his back of his finger, like his fingernails, and caressed his body,
his nipples.
Yeah, like as if the universe. Nick's gesticulations. We've been over this many times in the back. Are his trying to communicate physically is fascinating.
He wasn't so awesome
Apes
today.
do better than that. Like an ape is better at showing you that it wants a banana than Nick is at telling you that he had a level.
It's that Italian heritage.
But I think that's proof that he's not Italian. You know, he doesn't speak with his hands.
He's better with the hand gestures.
Po-ag.
He speaks with his feet. He speaks with his ass.
That's got a lot to say.
Well, it's slow and plotting.
Where do you think the huge ass comes from, Nick? Is that your Irish, your predominantly Irish heritage, or is that just the 3% Italian?
It's the only part of me that he still has.
Nick? Who'd you get your big ass from? Which side of the family?
I want an answer.
Oh, jeez.
Nick, do you even know what my ass looks like?
He said it must be Irish.
Okay.
Yeah, he's quick with the tongue. That Nick.
Jeez Louise.
Now he's just throwing his hands over his head and wildly shaking them.
Well,
anyways,
if you're not going to pony up whatever modest amount of monetary reward Nick wants for putting together the coffee table, will you at the very least just set your phone up on record and have it there in the corner while you do the unboxing? Maybe you should do an unboxing video.
That's a brilliant idea.
That is a good idea.
We should start your own DIY channel.
Very good.
One thing that we could do is, in all seriousness, if the listener who made the shirt contacts us, we could cut him in. But if we sold that shirt just on Instagram, and I don't think the station has to be involved, I'll sell it on my Instagram. I'll split it with you guys. You have my word. I think that we could actually sell probably about 500 of those shirts.
Yeah.
For the first time ever. And this is honestly the first time ever. Now, I don't know if any of us want to put forth this effort. And I don't know if it's split between us and the listener, how much we're all going to get. But, I don't know how much of it's going to be worth to all of us between the manufacturing of it and the taxing and everything else. How much money we'll end up with. Probably not a big money-making scheme. But I'm just telling you that if we were to sell that shirt, lowball 500 of them sell. High-end, over 1,000.
Well, John should get a greater percentage because it is
my likeness,
his likeness,
and image.
Yeah, but he wasn't the one who brought us that image in the first place. That was found footage. So John would certainly be cut in.
The Blair Witch Project of T-shirts.
No cameras, man.
Well, John would certainly be cut in, but if it sells off because we can't sell it off the Toucher and Hardy Instagram because that station has that one.
Yeah.
Even I know that. I mean, I'll hire a lawyer and then just back out when I try to get it back. But we have that. I guess Beasley could go like, we want a piece of that if you've sold off the Toucher and Hardy. But if you just sold it off at Fred Toucher, we could. I don't think we'd have to give Beasley any of it. And I think that we would get. So do the math. Like if you charge $15, $20 a T-shirt, $20 a T-shirt. How much of that is profit? $5. So $5. Nah, it's not worth it.
No.
I was just going to say, all of a sudden, the pie slices are getting real thin.
Yeah, and then you've asked people for money, and it's just not good. And you could do it for charity, but then I would get mad at myself. Because it would be like you just want to sell the shirt.
It's better this way. You have the one of one. It's couture.
That's right.
Yeah.
You frame that sucker.
John could just sell them himself. He could go out there and hawk them out. You know what you could do, John? If when restaurant week rolls around, because you're such a foodie, maybe if you're going out from place to place on your
restaurant tour.
Yeah. Your tour of culinary delights. Just keep a box of T-shirts with you.
I'll stand right outside the chicken finger place. We'll do it there.
All right. I want you to look at the Instagram post real quickly and tell me what you gleaned from who I tagged in it.
All right.
And then we will get to break. And
What's your handle? I don't follow you.
It's at Fred Toucher.
Oh,
do you work with me?
Okay. Thank you to the currently unknown listener that is starting the campaign merge for #John, #Wallach 2028 run. It's a little Tangway-esque. I like that. At Simmons Birdwatching, at Bazooka Gum.
There you go.
Why Bazooka Gum? Yeah, this is a very abstract reference. Why would I tag at Bazooka Gum 5 seconds?
No, I would have Mad Magazine maybe, but
because John picks up gum to make his nest.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we'll be back. We'll take you play by play through the Brooklyn Nets Boston Celtics game last night.
We won't miss a bucket.
We'll take you through it play by play, a play by play breakdown coming up in just a moment.
Touch your There you have it. Toucher and Hardy resumes on the Sports Hub.
Did you catch a game last night?
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. What happened last night's brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. All right, what's going on?
Last night, the Boston Celtics were in Brooklyn to take on the Nets. Exciting right from the very beginning.
Double road uniforms tonight in the first half of the home and home. Brooklyn wearing their road black jerseys, white letters and numbers. They will go left to right over the black and white B logo at center court. Celtics wearing the road green, white letters and numbers. They conversely will go right to left. Claxton beats Cada.
Okay, so we got the whole scene laid out for us. How would the game begin for the home team last night?
Terrence Mann, again guarded by Pritchard. Porter comes off a screen. Pretty good look. Straightaway three, swish. That son of a gun can shoot the basketball.
Yes, he can. 3-0 deficit early for the Celtics. Would they be able to overcome this? Actually, they found themselves down 10 points relatively early in this one last night, Wally.
Very quickly, they were down 21-11.
Pritchard, one dribble and a bounce pass out to Simon. Simon dribbles around Porter. Return to Pritchard. Deep three, straight away. Got it.
Tough shots, though. And the Celtics, I think, can get easier shots against a weak defense. But a lot of these are contested, long three-point looks.
This is statistically the worst defensive team in the NBA.
Which is hard to believe when you look at this roster and see the luminaries defensively. And some say the best defense is a good offense. And offensively, this team is just full. Noah Clowney, Terrence Mann, who not only wrote the boat rocker, which I first learned about in Field of Dreams, but also a heck of a basketball player. You've got Danny Wolf. You've got Drake Powell on this team. There's just a star-studded cast there for the Brooklyn Nets. Celtics would cut into the lead and eventually take the lead.
Derek White for Shireman gets behind the Cada screen, and his three is good. Well, he saw that one happening before.
And his teammates saw it, too. They knew he was wide open, saying, shoot the basketball.
Jordan Walsh getting more minutes for the Celtics last night, too, making his presence known.
Jordan Walsh driving baseline, throws to the far corner. Derek White to the free throw line. Finds Jordan Walsh in the dunker spot for the easy two.
He identified. Walsh went out of bounds, then relocated. That's why I was able to get that basketball cleanly.
51-46, Boston by 5.
Yeah, last night, not a Jordan Walsh game. Picked up his fourth foul about 2 minutes into the second half and was not seen again.
Well, as Joe Mazzulla would say...
More room for Garza.
Oh,
actually, yes.
I'm glad you brought up both players. Let's start with Garza. Post-game, Joe Mazzulla, after the Celtics picked up the 113-199 win over Brooklyn, why sign a guy that has trouble running, which is sneaky important in the game of basketball?
I mean, what contributed to us signing him is kind of what he's been for us, which is his effort, his care factor, his competitive character, and his willingness to be a great teammate and do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah. Ooh, let's rank each other's care factors.
Okay, go. John.
What?
72.
You're going to say he's got a C- care factor?
Yeah.
No. Or how are we grading it on a scale of 72?
No, it's 84.
Okay.
84 is the most you can get in.
I was going to go a little less.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
John cares a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
You got to love the care factor. You know he's got a database, too, with all these ridiculous measurements.
Yes. They have a guy on staff specifically dedicated to this.
I'm not joking. I bet you
factor?
that they have,
Care
that he has these, these ways to gauge different attributes of these players that are in his mind, and they spend time doing it, and it's a complete waste of time.
But I will say this about Garza.
No,
you didn't
that's
hear
not
one
the point. That's not the point. The point I'm saying is that I assure you that Mazzulla spends a lot of time at fruitless tasks, like gauging and trying to quantify the care factor.
What do you want to focus in on, like points scored or rebounds?
I don't know, maybe push hands, because he doesn't seem to be making anywhere in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that some personality types task themselves with work that they do that just is fruitless. It's just you do something just to like tell yourself that you're covering you're uncovering every rock. You're looking under every rock. You're just doing.
Is he
things.
talking about me sweeping my garage?
No.
Okay.
Not in this case.
Because I'm taking that kind of personally.
No,
that's just a crippling OCD of yours.
This is.
Surprised you don't have Calvin out on the lawn like Bukowski's dad used to have him do, cutting the lawn with scissors and measuring it. Ham on rye is very depressing. But go ahead, John. Yes, you noticed they didn't say any advanced stats because Garza. What is interesting about Garza?
That's the thing. Garza he's just a blunt instrument. When discussing Garza, it has nothing to do with advanced stats. It has everything to do with, we like his effort, his hustle, kind of thing.
Well, he has to hustle to get up and down the court. It's no joke. He's very slow. But what's interesting about it is, so I watched Michigan State, Kentucky yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Big win for the Spartans.
Big one.
Well, I'm telling you. They're always undervalued, which is good for me gambling. It's the only thing I win gambling is Michigan State basketball, which has made me more of a fan, so it's good for me. But anyway, so they have like corn-fed bigs. You know, they have like a couple of them that do well in college. But Garza was the best player in college. And there are guys on the court that are athletic freaks that are going to play in the NBA and be, top prospects and turn into certainly starters in the NBA. Like every time you watch two blue blood schools, like there's someone on the court that's going to be an NBA regular, right?
Yeah.
Like if Kentucky and Michigan State play, someone on that court is going to be an NBA regular, most likely.
Yes.
Fair.
Or certainly someone on that court at some point is going to be a first-round pick.
Yes.
So, like, it's just amazing to me that Garza could thrive in that environment.
Yeah.
Because like AJ DeBonza and the kid from Kansas who's hurt and Boozer's
Darren
kids.
Peterson, does that sound right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be number one pick.
Yeah.
But those kids are like freaks.
Yeah.
And that Garza was able to go out and dominate. He dominated at Iowa. And it's just very odd to me that he
won the Wooden Award, the Player of the Year in college basketball.
That I'm not positive I'm not faster than him. And I'm not being cute. Like, I think I might be faster than him, or it's certainly a debate, right? Mm-hmm. Like anyone else in the NBA and Garza's a way better athlete and way stronger than me and all these things, and he's bigger than me and all these things. But just when it comes to straight line speed,
it is fascinating, like the difference, because you'll see guys that you like, and I get it wrong sometimes. I thought Zion Williamson's game wouldn't translate to the NBA because he didn't have enough arc on his shot. Okay, I was wrong about that. But all right, speed, size, these things all factor in. But to see a guy who, like you said, Fred, dominated at the college level, seems so ill-equipped to play it at the pro level. Almost like there are two different sports going on, where it's not a question of, he was good in college, he's not as good in the NBA. No, he was great. He was dominant.
Best player in college.
He was dominant in the college game.
In the country his senior year.
You look at him out there, it's like, this guy doesn't belong.
The best part about that is
it is weird.
The NBA teams knew it. He wasn't a first-round pick.
No.
Coming out of college. This is like months after he won the most prestigious award in college basketball, wasn't a first-round pick. I mean, the NBA teams identified this and say, okay, he's severely challenged. He can get away with this at the Big Ten level, but not here? No, it's really something.
It is interesting that you can dominate at that level, because it's not like college basketball is bad. I mean, vast majority of pros play in college basketball.
I looked up the three-point stats, because I think the same thing when I watch college basketball. I'm like, these guys suck. They can't shoot sometimes, and they're still chucking up threes. The percentage on three-pointers is actually a tick or two higher in college, which they chalk up to the three-point being a little bit closer.
Yeah.
It just seems like they miss so much more, or their misses are uglier, I guess.
That's probably closer to the truth.
So,
I'll tell you what happens more often. First of all, I believe you with the stat. I don't know how. I guess there's a million game. I don't know how it happens, but there's more of a chance. Like Kentucky last night, for instance, couldn't make anything. Like there rarely in the NBA will you see a night where like teams can't make a three, like legit can't make a three, shooting 10% from 3-point range.
Right.
Now we've seen the Celtics do it like once or twice, but if you watch a day of college basketball, you're going to see a team at some point during that day that like cannot get the ball in the hoop. I was watching the Pistons-Hawks game last night because I'm trying to force myself to do this. Hawks, they're not going to win, right? It's like the end of the game. Guy takes a three from the timeline, like it just swish. Like, these guys are insane. Yeah. I do believe the stat. I don't know why that is, but the NBA now is ridiculous. I mean, we all know it. I mean, these guys are Sam Hauser.
Yeah.
Even though I guess Cedric Max was very critical of him last night. I got an email.
Oh, is that right?
I didn't want to task Ryan with finding it, but apparently he told him to throw himself off the Brooklyn Bridge or something.
Oh, really?
But then I looked at his stat line, and it's not so bad.
No, Sam shot the ball fairly well last night.
He was 2 from 5 from 3. I guess he might have started 0 for 3 or something. Who knows? I don't know. Even John had trouble focusing on that game last night. I was all over the place. You can't watch that.
Let me
it's too much.
Let me throw out a comparison here and see if you come up with the obvious difference that I have in my head when it comes to like translating the college game to the pro game. A guy like Luka Garza compared to Tim Tebow, also dominant in college, ill-equipped to play the game at the pro level.
Garza, I would say Garza is better at his sport, pro-wise, than Tebow was at his.
Fair.
I mean, Garza can at least play. He's a rotational player.
But Tebow started for a playoff team and won a playoff game. Now, he did it in a very unconventional way.
They had to change the entire offense around him. I mean, they were.
No, this is just who's a better pro. But you're right. Garza is going to play like a lot longer than Tebow. Yes, that's a good. But basketball,
it's
you can't.
Sport.
It's the sport. Like you can't tailor. Like I know Zach Edey, like Purdue probably played different when he's their best player, but like this. The sport doesn't radically change based on who your who your center. I guess maybe it does. I don't know. It's a good point.
Shot blocking is so important. Interior play because, as you were saying, there are a lot of misses. As many makes as there are in the NBA, there are a lot of misses. Rebounding is really important. And Garza, despite the fact that he is unable to jump, still manages to rebound his fair share of misses. So, I mean, big man play is important. Zach Edey, I didn't think he'd be a good pro. He is. He's a good pro.
He's so big. I thought he'd be fine. I actually thought he'd be okay. Bus?
Guys, good morning.
Hi. Good morning, Bus.
Did I hear correctly, Fred, that you think you're faster than an NBA player?
It's legit debatable if I'm faster than Luka Garza's straight line speed. Absolutely, 100%.
I think I can get behind you being faster than that guy, Desmond Watson from the Bucks. Maybe from the couch to the
deep a bench. I don't know.
Maybe from the couch to the fridge, you might be able to hold a flame to Garza.
I'm not that fat anymore.
Come on,
let me tell you.
I'm not that fat anymore.
I know. I saw you in that beautiful new shirt last night. You're looking very svelte.
I think my point is this. And look, would I put money on it? No. But you understand my point is that it's not like out of the realm of possibility. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like Luka Garza, I'm trying to, I guess, articulate just how slow he is. That oftentimes for for humor's sake, I will exaggerate things and I will make like kind of preposterous statements in the effort of humor. Like, I'm not kidding about Luka Garza. Like, he's, like, incredibly slow. And it's not because he's white, and it's not this and that, and it's not like he's out of shape. He's just remarkably slow for an NBA player. Like, he has trouble getting back. He has to go, like, full on just to get back. While other guys are gliding in like half, like, half running.
He doesn't glide.
He's plodding and like trying, chugging
and
away.
On the flip side, you'll see guys that average maybe 7 or 8 points in college drafted in the first round because they have incredible athleticism. Maybe their basketball IQ isn't good or isn't as good as it needs to be, but they're drafted high because they can jump out of a gym and they're really quick up and down the floor.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you'll see that all the time. I mean, you'll see top 3 picks and you'll go, I mean, look at Rutgers last year. They had 2 kids in the top 5. They couldn't even win.
Yeah.
They had a losing record. Yeah, I mean, of course, all the time. There's kids in college that get drafted based on, it's all potential. I mean, there's only so many Cooper Flags in the world.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics won in Brooklyn last night in the opener of a back-to-back 113-99. Jaylen Brown, 29 points to lead the way. It is a home-and-home. The rematch is on Friday evening at TD Garden. Bruins are in Anaheim tonight to kick off a 4-game West Coast road trip. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 9:30 and the face-off at 10 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Michael Callahan has been called up from Providence. He'll take the spot of Charlie McAvoy on the roster. McAvoy will not join the team for the road trip. Elias Lindholm is expected to be with the team out west. Johnny Beecher claimed on waivers from the Bruins by Calgary. And the Patriots are back at work this morning. They're in Cincinnati this coming Sunday. The NFL yesterday upheld a 1-game suspension that was given to Bengals franchise cornerstone Jamar Chase, so he will not play this weekend. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Boston Vision. Boston Vision helped baseball legend David Ortiz get back to seeing 20/20 again, and they can do the same for you. See big like Poppy. Book your free evaluation at bostonvision.com. I'm John Wallach at Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7 o'clock.
Toucher and Hardy, I was telling the guys that I'm going to Detroit for Thanksgiving with my ex-wife and my children. We spend the holidays together, and I like going to Detroit because I always went to the football games on Thanksgiving growing up. After like 12, I think from 12 on, I did it. And
did your dad take you?
He did for like 3 years, and then I went with friends.
Okay.
Which was great because I think we started going because the Steelers played in fact, and that's the one where the guys tried to fight my dad in the parking lot. And we were wearing street clothes. Like, we didn't have anything on that identified him as a Steeler fan. There were just two drunk guys in the parking lot that tried to fight my dad, and it was the first time I ever saw adults acting like that.
Nice.
And it was, you know how frightening that is. It's like they were picking on my dad for no reason. We left early, and there was these two guys in like duck hunting gear. And they were like drunk as hell, and they were like, it was crazy. So anyway, we're going there. So we booked this. I booked 2 months ago. I booked Thanksgiving dinner for the family, and they called yesterday and said that they weren't going to be open on Thanksgiving. I made reservations online. They had them, and it said they were open, and then I guess they just made the executive decision to close. So then I had to scramble because in order to justify the trip to Detroit, because only my son and I are going to the football game. Jack White playing halftime.
Ooh.
Hey, no.
And Eminem booked them. And so they gave Eminem carte blanche for the halftime show, and that's what he did. So, in order to justify going there, which I appreciate my ex-wife agreeing to do, I, A, paid, and then B, like, there has to be some sort of formal dinner. I got to at least go through the exercise.
Yeah.
So there's a nice restaurant my friend suggested. A lot of them were booked. This one has a prefix menu. My kids won't eat anything on that menu. So I booked the dinner for 8 o'clock, but I will have to take them to get pizza before dinner. So, and it's $120 a person.
So they'll be
so
full.
It's $240.
Jesus.
And I'll eat both the meals. Like I did last year, my ex-wife didn't come with me. She went to her dad's house. We went to this place, the Whitney, and it's like a beautiful place, prefix menu. My kids didn't eat it, so I eat 3 soups, 3 salads. I like, and they have turkey. They have like a traditional Thanksgiving dinner, but my kids won't eat that. So, but in order to justify going to Detroit, I can't go like, hey, you guys aren't going to this game.
Yeah.
So we're just going to end up having Thanksgiving dinner at a bar. So you went to Detroit just to eat at a bar. Like, I have to at least go through the motions. If it was just me and the kids, I might not even do it.
See, I'm all about like traveling, especially for Thanksgiving, although I've only done it once. But if you leave well before Thanksgiving and you don't try and come back on, the Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend, travel is actually fine, or it was for us the year we did it. And what I really liked best about it, there was no hint of Thanksgiving going on.
Oh, really?
We just made no attempt to try and have a Thanksgiving. We were all in the Bahamas, like a big group of us.
See, that's
and we
really
just,
smart.
it was, I remember sitting down to dinner on that Thursday night. We were at like a steakhouse. We're like, oh, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And I thought to myself, thank goodness I'm not forced to eat turkey, which sucks. The only thing that's good about Thanksgiving dinner is all the stuff that goes along with the turkey.
What I agree, side dishes are the best. But when did you get out of? How long were you forced to eat turkey? From like what age did you stop eating turkey at Thanksgiving?
Oh, I still do it every year, except for the 1 or 2 years when we traveled, and that's my point. It's like going away and not being subjected to like the same stuff and this the having to do the dinner with the all that stuff. It's only good if you can escape the Thanksgivingness altogether.
Right. And so that's the thing, is that game, I was spoiled because that you leave for the game at like 11 in the morning and you get back at like 5. So that's the day.
Yeah.
So there's nothing more depressing than sitting around all Thanksgiving Day. Like, if you can drink and stuff and you have freedom, I suppose it's okay. But if you're not drinking, it's no. You're just sitting in a house, and then I used to have to go to my in-laws' house. I don't like Thanksgiving. I do like it when I go to Detroit, but I don't like Thanksgiving as a holiday because you're just trapped in a house. Like Christmas, you get up, it's very festive. There's presents. There's a vibe. Thanksgiving, there's
no vibe. You're just sitting around waiting.
Yeah, you're just waiting for the day to end. And if you go to friends' houses, they're invariably people that you see all the time. So, unless like it's just a day that a Thursday you can get drunk during the day, and now I don't drink. Like the game is everything. The game. I have a friend that's going to be in the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Ooh, doing what?
A float. He's an elephant of some sort, I guess. My friend Jay he's like, yeah, I don't know. They asked me to be in the someone's. It's not the Macy's Day Parade. I'll tell you that. But it is a tradition in Detroit. So I'm going to go out to the parade route because it's right by my hotel, and I'm going to go in, see Jay. I hope I don't, ruin his process before he gets into the costume. Yeah. Like I hope I don't make him talk too much English before he gets into his elephant character.
Right. Method acting.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be a whole thing. But it's funny, I had to ask him, I'm like, hey, they canceled my reservation for Thanksgiving. Do you have any suggestions where to eat? And I so badly wanted to go, like, I'm not asking you to invite us over. Like, I did not, I didn't say that, and he just understood. Yeah. Like, I'm not asking him, because that would be terrible. Hey, can me and my ex-wife come to your house and have dinner? It's like, no, Fred, no.
My 2 teenage kids who are going to be... They're lovely kids, but they're going to be teenagers thrust into a situation that they don't necessarily know. And oof.
Right. And I don't know what his kids do for Thanksgiving. I think that he doesn't even have them. So I think he's got this second wife. I think they go and run amok.
There you go. Very quickly, LeBron James made his return last night, surpassing Vince Carter as the only other NBA player to play 22 seasons in the NBA. LeBron James dealing with the sciatica. And the news cycle to really focus in on the Epstein files and not so much on the Lakers' involvement in the NBA gambling in order to reemerge and enter this NBA season. And he did so last night.
43-36. Biggest deficit was 11. Well, here we go. Welcome back.
LeBron scratches for the first time.
Yeah, there you go. So LeBron James last night was part of the 140-126 win over the Utah Jazz. He ended up scoring 11 points. Yes.
12 assists.
In 30 minutes out there on the court. So he's played plenty. But, welcome back. King James, huh?
Basketball was not the same without him.
No, it was. We were all lost at sea. All right, we'll be back in just a moment with a very fun game that we've created involving Mike Lombardi. We will explain in just a moment.
More Toucher and Hardy.
by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics got a game-high 29 points from Jaylen Brown. They beat the Nets 113-99 in Brooklyn last night. The Green turned the ball over 19 times, but they held the Nets to only 38 points in the second half. And as a result, they're over 500 for the first time this season. They play the Nets again on Friday night at TD Garden. Bruins will begin a 4-game road trip in Anaheim tonight. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 9:30 and the face-off at 10 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Marco Sturm's going to be down as best defenseman for the next week.
Yeah, no, I mean, he will definitely not travel. Let's put it that way. He's still going to be out, and you will get an update later on today or tomorrow about his health condition.
Charlie McAvoy will not join the team on the trip. Michael Callahan's been called up from Providence to take his spot on the roster. Johnny Beecher yesterday claimed on waivers by Calgary. Patriots will be back at work this morning. They're in Cincinnati on Sunday. The NFL yesterday upheld a 1-game suspension that was given to Bengals top gun Jamar Chase, so he's out against the Patriots this weekend. And the Red Sox very busy yesterday. They finalized their 40-man roster. 3 relievers were shipped out, including Brennan Bernardino to Colorado, Chris Murphy to the White Sox, and Luis Guerrero to Tampa Bay. Minor leaguers David Stanlin, Tyler Uberstein, and Shane Drohan added to the 40-man roster. Nathaniel Lowe and Josh Winkowski designated for assignment. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the Sylvan Street Grill. Book your holiday party or special event at the Sylvan Street Grill in Peabody or Salisbury. Visit sylvanstreetgrill.com and click on the private events tab to view their catering menu. Eat, drink, and chill at the Sylvan Street Grill. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Boston's best sports talk. There's an app for that. Download the Sports Hub app for loads of stuff. Absolutely free. Connect with the shows, get podcasts, and more. Get it where you get your apps. Or at 985sportshub.com.
And we're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Give me a break. Now I know what it takes. I'm putting a new piece on the old one. Ready for anything. Playing with fate. Not a moment too late. Showing the whole world nothing can get me down. Ooh. Give me a break.
And then the vacuum cleaner right into the fish tank.
That's right. And then the juggling balls into the fish tank later on. There are a lot of fish tank bits in this.
Well, you don't know anything about physical comedy, but thankfully Nell Carter did.
Now, this is the second theme song. This is the updated 80s version.
It was always in the 80s. Give Me a Break's an 80s show.
But with the 80s synth, the original was give me a break, I sure deserve it. It's time I made it to the top.
Oh.
Let me see if I got that. Let me see if that's...
Yeah, because now I'm thrown off.
Because that's the only one I ever knew.
That's the only one I knew, too.
That's the same one. Yeah, I'll have to do some digging on that.
If you're right there, I will give you a lot of credit because that is it's my wheelhouse that you just knocked one out of the park. I don't recall the opening of... Wow.
Wow.
How is she at the top? She's a maid.
Yeah.
A living maid.
This is a better song.
Oh, hell no. No. You don't believe that.
I do.
Oh, no. The consensus has got to be the second Give Me a Break song is the best one.
Yeah, the one. I think this is the second one. I think the one we played before. Yeah, because this says season 2 opening credits. So the one I played before to open the segment was season 1.
Whatever. He knew there was an alternate theme.
Yeah.
But the one we played first is the main one, and I agree that is the better of the two. But that's a soulful update.
You know what?
Yeah, it's a trombone.
You know what I'll bet is that one is the first one's the opening, and the second one's what they played in the closing credits.
Maybe.
That's what I'll bet, because the first one was perfection. I don't know why you'd mess with it. Maybe they thought it was too black in the 80s. We're running off the audience
see-
with this blackness.
But a bunch of network execs sitting around a conference table listening to it, and then too black.
The black lady's the live-in
Try
maid
again.
for the white family, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Now, we got to, let's not go crazy with the black thing. We already got different strokes. That theme is crazy. All right. So the reason we played that is Mike Lombardi, of course.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
Mike Lombardi is a parasite. He's an idiot. I just heard it. He does the interviews for the North Carolina radio that Belichick is supposed to do.
Well, Belichick sits next to him. He just doesn't have to say anything.
Yeah, it's funny. They don't even put him in the shot anymore. If he's there, I don't see it.
It's just Mike Lombardi
yeah.
with his buddy Bill next to him.
I've yet to see Bill, and I know we've been told he's there. I've yet to see him.
Can't even see Bill's hand like moving his mouth. It's amazing.
No, the camera does not go on to Belichick in any clip I've ever seen. But someone sent a clip, and they said, "What do you know?" They're all lobs. They're all
sure
making the program look good. And they go to Lombardi. How about the seniors? And he gives this like condescending, prickish answer about like basically how they deserve a lot of credit because they sat out the process, like they sat during the process. Like he's just an idiot. No, well, you brought most of those guys in. You brought in 70 guys, stupid. And I'm obsessed with this team. I watch every game.
What I really want is for them to win the last two games, to go 6-6, and then be right here at the Fenway Bowl with the temperature of like 20.
No, see,
that's what I want.
I don't want them to be bowl eligible at all. I don't want that money coming into the program. I want them to lose everything. In fact, I'm offended that you feel that way. But Lombardi is an idiot, so we've orchestrated an exercise, Hardy.
That's right. This is called Lombardi or sitcom sidekick. Lombardi shtick or sitcom sidekick. So I will give you a quote from either Michael Lombardi or a sidekick from a sitcom, and then you have to determine which one it is.
So these sidekicks from sitcoms are real idiots.
That would line up. Yeah.
The genesis of this game is that we will take a trope, a sitcom trope of the idiot sidekick, and we will see if it's Lombardi or the idiot sidekick.
That's correct. Now, there will be...
What if I can pinpoint who?
There will be, and that is the game within the game. Once we have determined whether or not it's Lombardi or a sitcom sidekick, you will have to determine who the person is.
Wow.
If you choose to, Fred. This is not mandatory. This is like extra credit.
Oh, you can see him already gearing up.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm feeling I'm going to do well in the game, but can I double down my game theory?
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's go.
It didn't seem organized to him.
Okay, well, that is Lombardi.
Yeah, that's Lombardi.
That is correct.
Belichick wasn't thinking about how much time was left on the clock. It didn't seem in tune to him. So instead of calling a timeout, which everybody in the stands was screaming for, and I'm sure all the 120 million sitting at home on their couches eating potato chips wanted him to do, Belichick just took a couple steps back and called a defense that they'd never run before the entire season.
That's right.
Yeah.
It didn't seem organized to him.
How can you blow someone like that? Like, as an adult man, I mean, it's crazy. And also, everyone's sitting home eating their potato chips. That's like a big thing for him. Like, everyone's an idiot but him.
Right.
Yeah, what about you, fat ass? What were you doing during that game, you fat piece of garbage? God, I hate him. I hate people like him. Like, you were doing the same thing. Right. Unless he had you, under the desk, before the game.
Well, along those lines, is this something Mike Lombardi said or his sitcom sidekick? I won't bother nobody. I'll just stay right here.
Okay, well, that's obviously a
Sitcom
sitcom
sidekick.
sidekick because Lombardi is out to bother everyone, and he ain't staying anyway.
It's just him fading into the
Now,
background.
that might have been behind the scenes. Lombardi might have said that.
I won't bother nobody. I'll just stay right here.
Like
Walsh,
he's under the
Mr.
desk
Belichick.
while Belichick gets a police academy podium thing. Belichick's talking at the podium while
Commandant
Lombardi.
Lassard is up there.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen? That's why he would go. That's the sound he makes when he climaxes. Okay, what's the quote again? Go ahead.
I won't bother nobody. I'll just stay right here.
That's Barney Fife.
John?
Yeah. Barney Fife.
No.
No, it is not Barney Fife. Let's just listen to a little bit of it and see if you can determine who this is.
I won't bother nobody. I'll just stay right here.
Wow.
Boner from Growing Pains.
That's right.
Hey, Boner. Mikey, I won't bother nobody. I'll just stay right here. Boner, I kissed Annie. So how was it?
How was what?
Well, you know, the kiss.
Well, I'm not one to kiss and tell, Boner, but just between you and me, it was pretty hot.
Wow. Show me.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's the first gay kiss. It preceded Ellen. That's Boner and
that's right.
Yeah, they end up
a very special episode of Growing Pains.
Absolutely.
All right, I wouldn't mind having a woman as president. Is this Mike Lombardi or is this a sitcom sidekick?
That's on Lombardi.
Well, it's an asinine theory, so it's got to be a fool. Let me think.
Is this from a sci-fi movie? What is this?
I wouldn't mind having a. Well, why would Lombardi say that?
There's no way that anyone.
I hope it's Lombardi because it's just him pontificating, and that would be fun. But I have a feeling it's not.
Sitcom sidekick.
It's a sitcom sidekick.
That is correct. Now,
okay.
Once again.
All right, here we go.
I wouldn't mind having a woman as president.
Play it again.
I wouldn't mind having a woman as president.
Oh, damn. Play the whole clip. I'll tell you.
I wouldn't mind having a woman as president, especially if it was you, Marcy.
Oh, that's Ted
make-
McGinley, the from Married with Children.
That is correct.
I wouldn't mind having a woman as president, especially if it was you, Marcy. Because I'd make a great first lady.
He's not an idiot, though. He's not an idiot. Did Adam pick that? People struggle with the sitcom. He's not. Ted McGinley was not an idiot on that show by any stretch of the imagination.
But he's a sidekick.
He is, absolutely, but it's okay.
All right. And this works with more than just footballs.
Well, I would
Of course,
assume
that's
Lombardi.
No.
No.
Wow.
Not Mike Lombardi. So let's see if you can identify this sitcom sidekick.
And this works with more than just footballs.
All right, play a little bit more.
And this works with more than just footballs. You can duplicate any of your favorite colors.
That's right. Antifreeze green. Roadkill gray.
Oh, that is Al Borland, of course. But he's not the idiot.
Well, that's the twist on that one, right? He's the sidekick, but he's the smart one.
Yeah, but the idea would be that they would be the idiot sidekick.
All of these people are smarter than Mike Lombardi, you see.
Yeah, Tim Allen is the idiot on that.
Yes,
show.
exactly.
Al's the voice of reason.
Do you realize how hard it is to find people who are both sitcom sidekicks and and as dumb as Mike Lombardi? It's a very difficult task. You know, we're doing as best we can.
It's all in the writing.
I say no. I say no, 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 no.
Why?
Let me give you the quote again.
Is that a very
I say no. I say no, 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 no.
This better not be that All in the Family.
Jesus.
I would say that's very rude. I hope it's Mike Lombardi.
The hell?
I'm saying it better not be. That's what I'm saying.
Well, Edith was not a sidekick.
Sort of. No, I'm serious. This better not be that.
If it were Meathead.
Like, go ahead. Let's hear it.
I say no, 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 no.
It is Lombardi.
Okay, it is Lombardi.
See, we live in the age of technology and innovation. Of course, they've all gone disappear because of that. I say no. I say no, 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 no. It's a lack of leadership that has killed those companies.
Yeah. That and a lack of typewriters.
That's right.
Mike Lombardi going up and telling the world of finance how to operate a corporation. A man who worked for the Visit Network.
I tell you what a delight it was to comb through that TED Talk of his. Yeah.
He had a TED Talk?
That's where I pulled the audio from.
About leadership?
Longest 12
What are his
minutes of my
bona
life.
fides?
Exactly.
Like honestly, what are his bona fides?
I think too the way that they shot it, like he's kind of like in a corner and these angles. I don't think there was anyone there. I think they literally let him go into a studio and say, "Yeah, you want to do a TED Talk? You can use this set that has the TED logo on it. You go record what you want. We'll put it on our channel. See if it gets any hits." I don't think anyone was there to see it live.
Yeah, it was like a renegade mission. They like Mission Possible into the the stage,
cut a hole through the ceiling, and dropped in.
Yeah, exactly.
How about this one? My hands get sweaty like they are tonight.
Well, that's a sidekick.
Definitely. It's not Lombardi.
No.
That is Mike Lombardi.
Oh.
Coach Walsh wants me on the headset.
Oh, my God.
Usually, whenever Coach Walsh wants, my hands get sweaty like they are tonight. And I get nervous, and oh, gosh, I'm in trouble now.
He wants you on the headset. Are you in a drive-through? What headset can you possibly put on?
I can't do better than that. We found that he was an intern. Freddie wasn't an intern. No. He was a gopher for Walsh. He was not with the staff. He was employed by the team very loosely as like a gopher. There's zero chance he was on the sideline with a headset. Zero. Like some zero. He's lying. He's lying about that.
Easily.
There's no way that he had a headset on during a 49ers game. According to Bill Walsh's son, who I would assume would know, there's no way Lombardi had it. Do you think Lombardi ever had a headset on at a Patriots game?
No, not in his life.
Why would Lombardi ever have a headset on?
The only reason would be is he kind of wandered into the booth and talked to one of the offensive coordinators during the game. Said, "Oh, can I listen in?" That would be the only time he would ever have a headset on.
Or in all seriousness,
no.
If they had to relay that he needed like something to be handed to
Bill
him at
needed
halftime.
his dry cleaning by halftime, but get Mike on the headset.
Or like I need a dry erase board for halftime.
Yeah,
like,
I need these three things. Get Mike on the headset so I can relay that.
Because
to him.
he did inarguably work for the Patriots before he was fired. But I gotta assume that he never had a headset on during a Patriots game. I mean, do you think he has a headset on during North Carolina games?
No.
Unless he's in his
no,
office
no,
pretending.
No.
He's kissing as much ass as he possibly can with all school officials during the game.
It's just interesting that and he says that he won these rings, but then you find out that he didn't, and that Belichick just had him made for him, so he's just up there lying.
He's not game planning. He doesn't know any of the offensive or defensive jargon.
Like even a GM, like if you're the GM, you're not on a headset during the game.
You're not.
Coach Walsh wants me on the headset.
And I know they're not on a headset on the game because they show them. They show them in every sport. They're in a box standing there. They're not even with any of the coaches. The hell's going on? Liar.
Gone crazy.
Don't you find it strange that he openly lies?
Yes.
I mean, it's odd.
But it's not. He's George Costanza at this point. It's not a lie if he believes it. I think he believes a lot of this
Again,
stuff.
we all do that. We've all told we could go on a lie detector and tell a story that we say is real and pass the lie detector test.
And then get in a time machine, go back and say that never happened.
And that's absolutely everyone. That's just the way the human brain works, unless you have a photographic memory.
But some of this stuff is checkable with Lombardi.
But the thing is that. Like
all of it is checkable.
But
all of it.
But they're exaggerations. They're not just flat out lies. Like you didn't get a Super Bowl ring.
That's the thing.
Like you know that. Like that's not a story that you told. The headset thing I could even forgive because maybe things got muddled and in his stupid brain he thinks that happened. But you didn't get a Super Bowl ring from the team.
That's my point.
Just
about 95% or greater of the things he says are easily checkable. Easily checkable.
Right.
Got anyone in the know, anyone on any NFL front office that would put his or her mind to it could figure out that he was lying inside of 5 minutes.
And the thing is that when you are doing the speaking gig that's paid on the pretense of that you won those Super Bowls, that's tantamount to stealing because you're a grifter, you're a con man.
It's fraud. All right. How about this? Is this Lombardi shtick or is this a sitcom sidekick? What do you mean? Why am I talking so softly? What do you mean? Why am I talking so softly?
Would Lombardi ever challenge? Well, has he ever been interviewed by anyone that? It's got to be a sitcom sidekick.
That is correct. Now let's see if you can figure out who this is, Fred.
What do you mean, why am I talking so softly?
Oh, that's Paul Lynn. No, or one of the gay guys. Is that the guy from Bewitched?
Charles Nelson Riley?
No.
What do you mean, why am I talking so softly?
It's not like a
I give
gay.
you a hint. It's from the greatest sitcom of all time.
Okay, so it's Andy Griffith.
Correct. Who is it?
Oh, it's
What do
the
you mean,
barber.
why am I talking so softly?
Oh no, it's
Town Drunk? I have no idea.
No. It's Barney Fife.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Hello, Juanita? Barn. Yeah. What do you mean, why am I talking so softly? I always talk softly to you, Juanita.
Yeah, that's right. Juanita down at the diner.
He got a little leg, that guy, right? Barney Fife on the show, like, didn't he? Because I remember
he was. Well, he had. I can't. Oh my God.
That's my Panama reference too, by the way.
I'm blanking on his girlfriend.
Got some
Thelma,
leg.
Thelma Lou was a steady girl, but he always had Juanita down at the diner. So much so that he wrote her a poem once that he said over the phone, "Juanita, Juanita, lovely dear Juanita, from your head down to your feet, there's nothing quite so sweet as Juanita."
Yeah. Forget the head part.
All right, how about this one?
All right,
we got
last
time for
one.
one more. I think it's time for a protein shake. Is that Mike Lombardi or is that a sitcom sidekick?
Well, I don't.
I think it's time for a protein.
A protein shake would say that you. Maybe that's a euphemism. So I could go either
Bill?
way. Bill, I think it's time for our protein shake.
Bill.
Mike, I think it's time for you to have the protein shake. I'm going to say sitcom sidekick.
Let's see if you can figure out who this is.
I think it's time for a protein shake.
Play it again.
I think it's time for a protein shake.
All right, play the clip.
I think it's time for a protein shake. So what'll it be? Tutti Frutti? Strawberry Sensation? Come on, I'm buying. I got a better idea.
You got it, John?
Tutti Frutti. I don't have it.
Damn it, John!
Damn it! I thought I had it.
Is
and I
that
don't have
the Regal Beagle?
Nope.
I think it's time for a protein shake. So what'll it be? Tutti Frutti? Strawberry Sensation? Come on, I'm buying. I got a better idea. Why don't you get back to your workout, you no good, yellow-bellied waste of skin? Huh?
Did we finally stump them?
Yeah.
It is a sidekick from the Fresh Prince.
Not the dance kid, the breakdance kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Carlton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No, you didn't
I
get
hate
that
that
one
show.
right.
Nowhere in the vicinity of that.
That show sucks. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Everything Will Smith does is terrible.
I say no, 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 no.
It's true. Mark Daniels is going to join us. Everything he does is fantastic, and he will talk to us about your New England Patriots in just a moment.
My hands get sweaty
Toucher
like
and
they are
Hardy will
tonight.
be right back on the Sports Hub.
happened?
He's got the same questions.
Where is the story?
And the same opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
Well, the same guys that I think have been playing. Eric Gregory played in the game for the first time. I thought he...
One of your recent articles, and it talks about Milton Williams being an injured reserve and how the team internally decided to handle the roster spot. First of all, how big a piece is Milton Williams missing? How much is that going to affect the team?
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty big. It'll be interesting to see, how Vrabel and his coaching staff can make up for losing one of their best players. I think on defense, it's pick a best player. It's either Milton Williams or Christian Gonzalez. I'd still lean Gonzalez, but Milton Williams is by far your best defensive lineman. He's done a lot of things that I think at times go unnoticed, but he's opened up room for Harold Landry and Caleb Von Chason to get sacks to the point I heard every time he does something that gets them a sack, they owe him a steak dinner, and they're like sort of running a tab in one of their meeting groups. But it's pretty big. I mean, maybe you don't see it this week against the Bengals and Joe Flacco or the Giants, but like come a few weeks you're playing the Bills and the Ravens, not having your best defensive lineman could certainly hurt you. So yeah, I think it's it's one of the big things to watch out here the next really 4 games to see how this defense looks and without a guy like that. But that's the NFL, right? I mean, every team loses good players. The Pats just happen to lose one of their best. So yeah, kind of a big test for Mike Vrabel and his staff to overcome that.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, that was going to be my question. How does it, affect them specifically? And you could make the case, as you just did, Mark, that it may not matter this weekend against the Bengals or even next against the Giants. But when you're looking at the Bills-Ravens, and sorry, when you're a 9-2 football team, you have the luxury of sitting here and thinking, well, those are a couple of games you might have lost anyway. So I'm not saying he's not a big loss, but you might even have to project out until the postseason before you really see how this could damage the team, depending on how long he's out.
And then say you get past where he can return, and you finish the season against the Jets and Dolphins. And at that point, I mean, guys, even if the Pats go 3-3 the rest of the way, they win 12 games, which is kind of nuts, right? So you're probably looking at a 1 or a 2 seed, and you have to sort of determine, is it good to get Milton Williams back, get his legs under him, or do we just save him for the postseason? But I mean, this red hot start has given them some options. It just, I don't know, to me, it's wild to think how far they've come to what we all thought they would be, to the point we can say, oh yeah, they could go 500 the rest of the way and still win 12 games. That's kind of crazy.
How will the defense, just get it back to the here and now, for the next 4 games, how will the defense be different without Milton Williams on the field? Are they going to run the same stuff with Tonga replacing Milton Williams? Will the scheme be different for Zach Core? How do you think it'll play out?
Yeah, I think they'll play Kyrie's Tonga a little bit more. Now, he's a really fun guy, but he's more of a nose tackle. He might make you maybe, I don't know, a stout against the run. I don't want to say you're going to be better against the run without Milton Williams, but you'll have a good run stuffer in there. You're going to lose something in terms of the pass rush. They're going to play more of Joshua Farmer, a 4th-round pick, and Corey Durden, a guy a lot of people probably don't know, an undrafted free agent who's played some decent snaps for you. But honestly, I don't think they're gonna change much in terms of their scheme. They're going to try to do what they've done well. It'll be a rotation of guys, right? It's no one's going to replace Milton Williams just one-on-one. You're going to have a bunch of guys going there. But also Christian Barmore, I think it's time for him to probably make a little bit bigger of an impact. He makes an impact, but only 1 sack this year. I think that's more of a credit to other teams sort of doubling him and him clearing things up for other people. So maybe he pops off here, at the last half of the season and finishes strong.
Is there anyone else who's not quite and it's tough because I think receivers specifically, a lot of these guys have popped, and Drake May is, whether he's making them better or their game has just ascended, whatever the case may be, offensively, team seems to be playing better than a lot of expectations. But is there anyone on either side of the ball other than Barmore where you think, yeah, we need to see a little bit more out of him?
It's funny. My answer a couple weeks ago would have been Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
And then he absolutely popped off. I think by the end of the season, I would like to see more from Kyle Williams. He flashed with the big touchdown catch a couple weeks ago, but he just doesn't always look like he's on the same page with Drake May. And for a young receiver, I think that's a position where historically, when a guy is going to be a really good pro, you see it pretty instantly. So Kyle Williams is one of the nicest people I've ever met. So I hope he does well. But by the end of the year, man, I really hope he gets on the same page with Drake May. I think that would make a lot of fans happy. And then, I think health would be my honest answer with you. I want to see Kayshon Boutte back and healthy and being the number 2 receiver he was. You want to see Ramondre coming back and just, providing some better depth here on out. I mean, last game, honestly, they really only had 2 running backs with Travion Henderson and Dearness Johnson.
You had your hand up.
No, I did not have a hand up.
Oh, you didn't have your hand up? Okay.
No, I did not.
Does Cincinnati pose any kind of threat?
Joe, I don't know. Joe Flacco, no Jamar Chase, no Trey Hendrickson. I mean, Joe Flacco, weird things happen, right? I mean, I guess it's the NFL. Like, bad teams win surprising games sometimes, but like Joe Flacco is probably going to air it out. They probably attack you with their veteran running back, Chase Brown. But I would honestly be shocked if they lost to Joe Flacco and a team without Jamar Chase and Troy Hendrickson. So, I mean, I guess I'll say maybe because it's the NFL and crazy things happen, but probably not.
Do we know Jamar Chase isn't playing?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
Yes,
official.
We do know that.
Okay.
Yes, his appeal was denied last night.
Well, he said he would have spit in his face, Mark. Don't you think that's a good defense? I mean, if he was going to spit on him, he really would have spit on him.
It's an interesting defense. If I would have spat on him, it would have been in the face. But since it hit him in like the torso, it was just that loogie was an accident. It just So that's a tough one. It's like excuses my 8-year-old son makes up sometimes. I'm like, really? You thought that was gonna?
So there's no way you think that Chase can beat it. You think that it's done.
So last night he appealed, and the appeal was denied. So
it was denied.
Officially the Bengals will be without Jamar Chase on Sunday. And,
The good fortune continues for this team.
Right.
It isn't.
Right?
If you line this up, things have broken so well for the Patriots, injury wise, schedule wise, and things like this. I mean, I can't remember the last time
what broke for him when they beat the Bills, John? Was there some big lucky break that they suffered, or are they just good?
Here we go. Yeah, you're right, Hardy. I'm a bad guy.
Yeah.
I can't believe I
You're
brought that up.
a bad fan is what
so,
you are.
Mark, I can't remember a Patriots team where stuff lined up for them like this before.
No, because even Monday night against the Giants, they don't have Cam Scatterbo or their number 1 receiver Malik.
Yeah, Hardy. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Jesus Christ.
No, I can remember it the opposite way, right? I can remember like things breaking bad for them, like injury wise. Like I can go back and make myself feel old. Like 2015, they started 10-0, and then they lost like half their offense, and they lost in the AFC Championship to Denver. But yeah, there's some luck to it. But I tell people all the time, this isn't college sports. Also, you don't make your own schedule. You have to beat who's on it. So, so far so good.
How do you like the Patriots' chances against that Denver team? Most of us around here say they wouldn't be a problem in the playoffs.
You're right. You watch them, and they don't score a lot of points.
Yeah.
They're like defensive heavy. Like I don't know. I kind of feel like the Pats could beat them, right? Like Bo Nix is like solid, high floor, but like he's not better than Drake May. I think in the NFL, like you take the team with the better quarterback. So like,
what about the defense, Mark? What about the defense?
The Denver defense is also obviously very impressive. So that would be it'd be a very good test. Well, but I don't know, right? Like even like go to the Colts, like Daniel Jones. Like, isn't there a part of you that feels like, yeah, Drake May and the Patriots could beat the Colts and Daniel Jones? Like, there's a chance.
We'll talk more about the run defense, I guess, if we're going to talk about the Colts and see how the Patriots are looking in that regard. And then we start talking about guys like Barmore and whether or not they're going to step up. But no, full disclosure, Fred has been saying for a while before it was in vogue to say so that the Broncos would be a tough test. And they have been impressive. That defense is scary.
Yeah, that's scary. And I think the thing with their schedule, like we'll get like a glimpse with the Bills and Ravens, but like no Milton Williams. Honestly, you can honestly come out of those games if you lose it and say, well, if they had Milton Williams, maybe they would have been better. So I don't know. Though it's just a fun time. I think for me, it's a fun time to cover the team, and it's probably fun for you guys to talk about them right now. It's like it's crazy how much things have just shifted here, over the last 3 years that we're talking about the playoffs and them potentially being the best AFC team. It's pretty wild.
To be talking about the possibility of a number 1 seed is so far removed from what my feelings were and what most people were talking about before the season started. So yeah.
So
I don't think the Patriots thought that they were going to be in first place in the division by this much at this point in the season.
I think the Patriots, Fred, and Mark, Fred and I were saying 6 or 7 wins before the season started. The rookies on the offensive line, the lack of depth, you didn't know what you're going to get at Drake May and Stephon Diggs, et cetera, et cetera. I think the Patriots, if you put a gun to Mike Vrabel's head, would have said basically the same thing. It would have been a nice little step forward my first year, but we're building a program, and maybe in a couple of years we'll have a year like this one.
Yeah, and I thought, like, if they could stay close to 500, it would be a win just as long as Drake May showed potential. And I really think that, Mike Vrabel, I think as a part of him that still believes this, is that they're building something here. And I think he thought this was like the first step of just like, all right, he has guys who are like program guys already on the roster. Let's just build here on out. Things have happened a lot quicker. But I'll say this, like, this team is so close. Like, they really do get along. Like, there's something that's said about a team that gels. Like, even like the other week, I know we all made a big deal about them wanting to practice outside and not, cut meeting time on a short week. But like, there's just something about this group that, I don't know. People use the word special a little bit too much, but I think right now they're kind of just a special group, and it'll be cool to see how it unfolds. The last half of the season.
Well, Cam Newton thinks they're pretenders. Right. He thinks they're pretenders. All right, Mark Daniels, Read 'em in Mass Live. Thanks so much for the time, sir.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
There you go. Mark Daniels, not a P1, unaware of the Denver predictions. But, we trot on. I hope the audience knows you guys bring it up.
What? I just thought it was an interesting conversation.
Germaine to what we were talking about.
Well, you'll see.
Damn, German's got nothing to do with it.
All right. So we'll be back in just a moment. Bill Belichick, I know we just did Lombardi, but Bill Belichick was having some fun. He was having some fun. We'll tell you what he was doing in just a moment.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics won in Brooklyn last night in the opener of a home-and-home 113-99. Green over 500 for the first time this season. They'll play the Nets again at TD Garden on Friday night. Bruins had last night off. They kick off a 4-game West Coast road trip in Anaheim tonight. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 9:30 and the face-off at 10 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Johnny Beecher claimed on waivers by Calgary yesterday. Charlie McAvoy will not make this trip. Defenseman Michael Callahan called up from Providence. Patriots back at practice today. They visit Cincinnati on Sunday. Bengals top wide receiver Jamar Chase had the appeal of his one-game suspension denied by the league last night, so he will not play against the Patriots on Sunday. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Veterinary Urgent Care Center. With 8 locations in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, VUCC offers compassionate, convenient, high-quality care 7 days a week. Walk in or book an appointment at veturgentcare.com. Veterinary Urgent Care Center, urgent care for your pet's urgent needs. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8 o'clock.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Whether in sports or in life, you need to be on the right path. If you or a loved one is struggling with substance use,
John, have you ever seen Weird Al Yankovic?
I have not seen Weird Al in concert.
Wouldn't you like to see Weird Al Yankovic in concert?
That sounds like a good idea. Let's check out the old set list.
He's coming to TD Garden.
When is he coming to TD Garden?
July, so I don't know if the set list would be up.
No, obviously.
Create a dream set list, Jonathan.
Let's see. We have
What's he start with? What's he come out to?
Amish Paradise, probably. You got the big build up and the smoke,
All right,
and he pops out.
What's the final song of the encore? Because you know he does his polka medley.
Bad. Fat. Sorry, Fat. Fat would be his last.
So you say that those are his two greatest songs?
I just think they would fit the set best. I mean, you got the big dance routine in the middle with the blow up suit, and everyone's having a good time at the end. It's a popular song, and at the beginning, the Amish Paradise, you have a chance to play with the lights. You'd have a good way of entering the building that way.
Well, I don't know if this is going to please you or disappoint you, but it turns out that Fat is right smack dab in the middle of the set list from the show that happened in September at the Bay Care Sound in Clearwater, Florida.
Okay.
He opens up with a song called Tacky.
No idea.
Early on, you'll hear Polkamania, Everything You Know Is Wrong, Smells Like Nirvana. There's a medley of Party in the CIA. It's all about the Pentiums, which is a computer, rap song, I'm guessing.
Well, where's another one rides the bus? Where's Dare to Be Stupid? Where's all that?
I don't see those. I do see that the encore consists of We All Have Cell Phones, The Saga Begins, and he ends it all with the song Yoda.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, Yoda's the sing-along, I would suppose.
Yeah.
Because that's to Lola.
Right.
Yes.
And so he does Yoda.
And Amish Paradise is where?
Right before the encore. So you think the show's over. He's going to finish off with Amish Paradise, but then he comes back out. He gives you three more.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, only if you beg. Only if you really get it going.
Yeah.
So Weird Al will have that for you. Well, if you're not going to the Weird Al concert, if you don't win tickets for that, and I have a friend who's texting me very excitedly about how wonderful Weird Al is live. Said, not hyperbole, one of the top 3 concerts they've ever been to.
Interesting.
Bill Belichick is he got a game this weekend. He's got a game against Duke, I believe, this weekend.
Yep.
They're not favorites in that game, but is at home against Duke, in-state rival. And he was at an event that Jordan Hudson had. Now, you both know what it was, but I could give you a million guesses, and I don't know if anyone would get it. Now, I could read you from this Yahoo article the tweet that they have up describing the event. And if I do so, I don't know if I'm going to be able to not stab myself samurai style in the stomach because of the way it's written.
Seppuku.
I will read you this because it will just add to my anger. Because Bill Belichick being at this thing is funny. It's not even so much him being there. He looks miserable because he is. But it's that this event happens. But this is the way the tweet was written. I didn't have 73-year-old Bill Belichick showing up at a cheer competition to watch his 24-year-old girlfriend perform on my 2025 bingo card. But here we are. Again, it's just trodden material. It's just awful. It wasn't funny the first time it was used. Why can't you just say Bill Belichick was at an adult? It's so absurd. There's an adult cheerleading competition. That's not absurd enough. You had to phrase it in a way.
Yeah.
People are
the
so
bingo
dumb.
card is fun. But Fred, what you don't understand is people don't actually have bingo cards about events that happen in the calendar year 2025. So that's where the comedy and the humor and the imagination come in.
I can do you one better.
I had to work through that, but the millionth time I saw it, when people doing this same joke over and over and over again, what makes you feel the need to do that? Why? Yeah. You saw something, you thought it was clever. Then you saw it again and again and again and again and again. And then you start doing it. It's not a word. It's not you're writing. It's the phrase you're using while writing. It's a joke. You're telling the same joke over and over again. The joke is that there's an adult cheerleading competition and that Bill Belichick has to go to it and sit in it. It's sad. It looks sad. Everything's sad. She doesn't look particularly good. She's got a ton of makeup on because it's a cheerleading thing. It's all sad. That's enough. The bingo thing, unnecessary. What, Jonathan?
I was just going to say I saw a retweet of it, and whoever it was retweeted said, "I'm just going to leave this here."
Oh, that's another good one. That's funny. I like that. Hey, insert your own punchline. I'm just going to leave this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It drives me insane. It drives me insane. But nonetheless, Jordan at 24. Now, Bill Belichick's not even the joke in this. Bill Belichick, I mean, you got to go, you got to go.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like the fact that Jordan Hudson is still participating in Cheer Extreme All-Stars, which, by the way,
high draft
they've
pick?
got 1,000 national champion titles and counting, whatever that means. And they serve the top athletes
This
in
is the
North
push
Carolina
hands of female athletics.
and Virginia with 9 locations, over 1,000 athletes. It's the largest program in North Carolina, national reputation, one of the premier programs in the nation.
There's
what
a
do they
fat
do?
guy.
They have co-ed cheerleading teams. Who do they cheer for? Themselves. They're just out there cheering as the activity.
Yeah.
They're not cheering anything on.
Yeah, this isn't at a stadium. Like Bill Belichick's sitting in a folding chair. Like, no.
Middle school gym somewhere? Where do they hold this?
It looks like they've created some sort of staging, but it's not a raised stage. It's like a flat ground.
Okay.
So there's a backdrop. But there's like people loitering around in the back. If you can see like a photo or watch a video of them cheering, Jordan, to her credit, is high above everyone else. Now, there's not a pyramid. She's just being held up by a man.
Okay.
But there are like 2 interlopers just like in the background standing around.
I think those are spotters.
No. The guy and the girl?
Yeah.
Wouldn't the spotter be part of the team?
Well, they're there for safety measures or their coaches.
Yeah, but wouldn't the coaches not be...
Fred, you just why do you hate Cheer Extreme All-Stars?
Like
why can't you just
if I go see the
learn
Nutcracker,
something about it instead of just crapping all over it?
If I go see the Nutcracker, the lighting guy's not standing in the middle of the stage.
Sometimes you have to let art just wash over you.
Not that you mentioned it, who's that guy in the T-shirt?
Yeah, the black guy in the button-down shirt.
Who's this guy? Who's this guy in the Tommy Bahama shirt?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yes, he's not part of it. Yes, you see what I'm saying? And there's a woman next to him, a very muscular woman, who's obviously not part of the team. She's not in the uniform. So I challenge your spotter theory because I go to the BC games and there's cheerleading. There's no spotter.
Yeah, but they're not doing the dangerous high-flying gymnastics that these Cheer Extreme All-Stars are.
They certainly are. They're throwing the women around.
Every time you open your mouth about high-level cheerleading, you show your ignorance. You think the people at BC are doing what Jordan, the rest of these kids are doing there in Raleigh, North Carolina last weekend?
Kids is a big stretch.
I was just going to say, kids in their mid-20s.
Do you think these middle-aged athletes are doing here in Raleigh this past weekend?
I'll tell you, the men come in all. I'm not judging the women at all, but the men come in all shapes and sizes.
You mean fat?
Well, there's fat
This
and
fat guy
very,
over
very
here.
small. There's fat and very, very small. Now, there's some men in tremendous shape. But it's very sad. It's very sad. It's all sad. It is in an arena, and not one person in one seat in the arena. The arena is just a peripheral. It's just chairs, empty seats, which of no bodies. These are seats for another day, as you might imagine.
Is Bill sitting off by himself, or did Mike Lombardi make the trip with him?
Oh, I don't think Lombardi makes the trip. I don't think he makes the trip.
He was
to
probably
Raleigh.
excused by Bill.
How far is Chapel Hill from Raleigh?
20 minutes.
Okay. So we didn't at least have to go far.
Forsberg says it's 2 hours.
Oh,
They're
Forsberg?
not close together.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could take the helicopter.
Wait, weren't
it's
you
not.
just there? You were just there.
It's like half an hour at the most.
Okay. Well, regardless of how far it is, I will tell you that he's got, like, you got to be sick of it by now. Is this how you want to spend your 70s? Now, she's a loser for doing this. Like, that's a whole loser activity.
I
Like,
know,
it's sad
but,
and
I mean-
losery.
All right, maybe 45 minutes, but go ahead. Yeah, it's very sad. It's sad
you didn't
and
lose.
losery.
You didn't lose.
Yeah.
Suffice it to
It's
say,
still
you
on
didn't
your
lose.
side. You're still
you
closer.
were closer than him.
You were closer.
But
and it's rush hour.
I didn't factor that in.
But she got all dolled up for the loser thing.
There has to be a point of realization for Bill Belichick. I've won Super Bowls. I've been the best at my craft.
It doesn't matter.
How did I wind up here?
It doesn't matter if he picked up trash. It's just I'm 73 and I'm at an adult cheerleading competition.
Oh.
Good for him. He still wants to have sex. Good for him. He has a muse. Good for him for all these things. So now for all of you that said, oh, you're just jealous. Oh, good for Bill. Oh, you're yucking his yum. All these ridiculous notions. Am I? Am I? Having sex with someone 100 times, you want to have sex with them 101st time if it requires going to an adult cheerleading competition? It's sad. It's pathetic. It's a sad activity. And no, when I'm 73, no. I don't. I don't care. At 50, no.
It's because you don't understand it. You know what spotters are.
Could you be attracted to a woman that told you that she was going to an adult, not at 18, but at 50, whatever you guys are? Could you be attracted to a woman that said, I'm going to, that wouldn't be the biggest red flag in the history of red flags?
If she said she were going to it, that would be a huge red flag. If she's participating in it,
I'd be scared to bang her. Put my hand on a Bible. I swear on my family, I'd be afraid to bang her.
Be bad enough if you were attending.
I would be like, something's going to go wrong. All right. We'll be back. We're running very late. Chris Forsberg's here.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Holidays coming up.
don't think
This
so.
sounds like Devo.
It does,
Does sound
but
like
I think
Whitney.
this is in Weird Al originally. It wasn't a send-up of anyone.
Do you have a favorite Weird Al song?
No, I don't think Weird Al was funny at all.
Wow, No Amish Paradise. Did you like UHF, the movie?
I thought I did, and then
Oh,
I
no.
saw it,
Does
and then
not
I was
stand
like,
up.
no,
It
it's
doesn't
not
stand
good.
up at all.
It doesn't stand up, and
I
that's
don't
what
want to go
makes it
back and
good.
tarnish the memory, but I might have to.
Oh, if you watch it, you're not going to like it.
No, you won't make it all.
No,
the
no,
time.
I'm not being like a prick.
No,
or
I'm
like
not,
a snob. No, like you're not going to like it. Like it's not good.
No, it was a period piece that should have stayed in the period it was made. You know what I'm
Now
saying?
I have homework.
Yeah.
We'll have a full report.
Yeah, we'll see if you can get through it. That's the thing. That would be the thing.
We should guess the timestamp that I bail.
The Fish Game show is a good gag.
Yes.
That still
Yes.
lands.
Yes.
But everything else is...
But it's an hour and a half movie. It's,
The Michael Richards character is almost intolerable. We get it. The mop is the joke.
Right.
Like you love the mop. I understand. There's many ways around that. We are Toucher and Hardy. Chris Forsberg from NBC Sports Boston, who is so heavily covering the Celtics, is in studio with us. And you can watch him on YouTube. He's here. I went down to pick up breakfast because, you know, I'm running my ultra today. So I had to fuel up. And I saw Chris. He was already downstairs. He was working away. He was pecking away at that keyboard.
Well,
were you writing an article?
I was. So I try to write something off of every game, and some games are more exciting than others. Last night was not an exciting game.
You're only going to write one article about last night?
How many words were you able to squeeze out for
Am I
that?
slacking?
Talk about keeping it in the chamber. My God.
Wow.
Now, were you actually writing words for your own article, or were you looking up some of these players from Brooklyn? Because
Yegor Dioman.
I knew. I recognized a few names, but I can't really say I know this team very.
Yeah.
like I literally didn't know who some of these guys were.
To piggyback on that, I'm just in general, the East has teams that are extraordinarily bad.
Yeah.
They have like teams that are just devoid of talent that have won one or two games.
The three worst teams in basketball, right? The Nets, the Pacers, and the Wizards.
Right, and all of them I've seen play now, and all of them are. I saw the Pistons. I've seen the Wizards twice. I saw the Celtics and the Pistons play them. I saw the Pistons play the Pacers, and I saw as much as I could stand last night. Is that odd that there's three teams that bad in one conference in 1 year, like that devoid of talent? Now, people believe Washington drafted well, I guess.
They got a bunch of young guys, but they've always got a bunch of young guys.
Well, there was an interesting.
None of them are good.
There was an interesting argument about Washington, is that the argument was they have talent that they've drafted well this last year, but is playing on this bad a team bad for
Beating them
the
into
young
submission,
talent?
yeah.
Like because when you see the Wizards play, I will give this to the Pacers and the Nets. The Wizards seemed just like chaos. It seemed completely disorganized. If you watched any of the Wizards Celtics game,
yeah.
I mean, how many passes you see 2 or 3 passes go in the stands? It was amazing that these are like some of the best athletes on the planet.
By
that
the
do
way,
this for a living.
Just to compare it, I mean, Brooklyn's game before the Celtics was at Washington, and they beat them by 23.
Yeah.
The team that Celtics beat that has nobody on it beat that Wizards team by 23 points in Washington the last time they played them.
Yeah, so I mean, there are 3 like layup teams in that conference. So I kind of asked it. I haven't let you answer, but is that odd?
I don't think it's unusual. I think because when I think about the teams the Celtics have, the most embarrassing opponents we've seen, like the Grizzlies game, the Grizzlies were terrible. And like some of that is circumstance and health and stuff like that.
Well, they were missing Ja Morant and Zach Edey, right?
So you give them a little bit of an out. But yeah, it's a little unique that you have 3 teams that you can sort of should feast upon. I think that's why it was so maddening to watch the Celtics throw the ball all over the gym last night. It's like, no, just take care of business, rest your guys in the fourth. Instead, you had to kind of grind. I don't know if it's too unusual. I think it's just because our conversation yesterday was, is the East a little bit better than we think at the top, because Detroit, Atlanta, Toronto, like there's some super intriguing teams.
Orlando's going to be heard from in the end, too.
Yeah, for sure. And so I guess you have to have some other end of the spectrum there. But man, those three teams are tough. I'm probably more bullish on Washington long term. The Nets, we'll see. They don't have their pick next year. That's going to be weird.
Indiana's really weird. I mean, they're without Halliburton for the season, but they have a bunch of guys that were on the roster and went to the Big East Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yeah, Neesmith's hurt. I think McConnell missed time. Like, it's hard to win when you don't have multiple guys. Like, I mean, knock on wood, the Celtics have been probably more successful than a lot of people thought. But we always worry, like one injury away, and the margin gets even slimmer. So you got to stay healthy, and that's such a big part of it.
Well, let's talk about the Celtics roster. I mean, they've won a few in a row. They're over 500.
2 segments on the Celtics.
Have they? Well, all right. We're talking about basketball. Have they turned a corner? I mean, did they figure something out here the last week?
Even when they were losing, I mean, the 0-3 start wasn't good, and they did not rebound the basketball well. I don't know so much if they figured stuff out. I thought they were. If you look at the numbers overall, I thought the numbers were good, even when the record wasn't. And I thought they were probably 2 wins better. You think about if they don't kick away the first Philly game, or even the third Philly game. And then the Utah game, where like Nurkic swoops in and gets that rebound, and that's a pretty inexcusable loss that night. If they win those games, all of a sudden the Celtics are now 10-5 instead of 8-7, and they're in the mix with the 2, 3, 4 kind of seed. Now it's way too early to start thinking about that stuff, but the numbers are encouraging, and I do think there's more talent than people give them credit for. Again, the margin is slim. White and Pritchard were not great shooting the ball to start the year. There's little stuff, but I do think they've tapped into some positives.
You mentioned the rebounding, and Joe Mazzulla was talking about the rebounding specifically with Luka Garza last night. Did he have a good game? He was out there for 20 minutes. He
ran into a lot of people.
Pulled down a couple of offensive rebounds.
Actually made it from one end of the court to the other.
I couldn't stay locked in on that thing last night, and I don't know how to judge his good game. Having a good game is not like other people having a good game.
How do you, I was going to say, on a night-to-night basis, how are you judging the Luka Garza success?
I don't know. There's a lot of Luka Garza chatter after the game. I figured, did something happen?
It's kind of like, I've told you the story of Willie Montpena with the Red Sox. Whenever Terry Francona had to put that guy in the ball game, why is he in? We're hoping he'll run into one, meaning he'll get a fastball, close his eyes, and hit the ball to the moon. I feel that way with Luka Garza. You hope he runs into a rebound. You hope he makes it up and down the floor, that kind of thing.
Well, no, it's his lack of athleticism that's fascinating. That's what's fun. That's what's fascinating. We had the conversation why he's so fascinating. He was the best player in college basketball, and he's an adequate pro. It's just that how was he that good in college being that slow? Like, he might be the slowest player I've ever seen that wasn't,
Whoa, did you see him the other night turn on those jets? He hit the corner 3 and like the robot arms were going. He was
Yeah, of course I saw it and remembered it. It's etched in stone in my head. It was a moment none of us could deny.
Wait, you're telling me he was open shooting a 3? Well, they didn't guard him out there?
You know what? Like, beggars can't be choosers. They need center depth right now, and obviously you're trying to tap into something that hasn't been tapped into in his other stops. He clearly has a defined offensive skill set, and I do think he can stretch the floor a little bit for you. But defensively, it's clear he's got to move those puppies a little quicker.
Well, I don't think he can.
Well, and that's the problem, but there's guys like that throughout the league. I mean, and I don't want to compare him because I think there's just 2 different skill sets overall. But the Celtics did the best they could with Enes Kanter. A skilled offensive player was not great defensively. Could not put him.
Kanter makes. I mean, Garza makes Kanter look like LeBron James. Are you kidding me? I mean, Kanter is very skilled offensively.
I didn't know this was such a Garza hater.
No. We're just
It-
making a point.
That's
that
not
he's-
fair because it's not.
No.
It's not hate. It's more of how could he have been that good in college with that lack of athleticism?
Like, there's college players that just the level's different. The athleticism.
Well, there's the kid that from Auburn. That
Janai
Broom that like I believe had like an 1.5 vertical, like something.
Yeah.
Google it, John. Do me a favor and Google his vertical.
Okay.
You'll find 100 stories about it because it was like freakishly small, and he was good, but he wasn't the best.
Right.
He wasn't as good as Garza. That is interesting to me because if you watch college basketball, like elite programs, I know Iowa's not necessarily elite, but they play in the Big Ten.
For sure.
And there's NBA talent on the floor.
It's just not. It just gets exposed so much differently at the NBA level. The wings are different. There's just you can get away with being a little bit bigger in college, and then it gets to the NBA, and it's like every center is 7 foot and athletic, and it just the margin gets slimmer, and so I think Garza he hustles and he works hard and he does what he can. But yeah, there's just
so it's not hate. It's just legitimate curiosity. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. What is
standing vertical jump for Janai Broom is 2 feet.
Okay.
24 inches. Specifically, fans keep pointing out that Desmond Watson, a 464-pound defensive lineman for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, has a higher vertical leap than Janai Broom.
And that defensive lineman keeps getting cut because he can't make weight.
464-pounder can jump higher than that guy.
There's a great video of him at a practice where they had him on the disability or something until he could hit his target weight, and he's just standing in front of a tackling dummy, just hitting it with his arm. Just standing there, just sitting there, not doing anything. They caught him again. He's not in football right now.
No.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's just watching it topple and pop back up.
Oh, man, I wish I could
topple
hit this
and
guy.
pop back up. Topple and pick back up. All right, Chris, the Ringer put out their list of the 100 best players in the NBA.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay.
So Tatum isn't on it because Tatum's hurt. If you didn't know. Jaylen Brown is at 20. Do you think that's a fair ranking for him?
I would say that feels low based on what we've seen this year. I think Jalen's been very good, elevating to that sort of 1A role. And I know he doesn't love the 1A, 1B talk, but as the main focus of this team, he's been good. Now, the 8 turnovers last night and the turnovers in general have cropped up again. But I think there's been way more good than bad. That mid-range has been very good. He's really kind of shouldered this thing when Derek and Peyton were struggling with their shots. I think he probably deserves more credit than 20.
All right.
That seem fair?
Sure. I mean, there's
what's the Freddie Hughes list?
You would know better than me. Bonchero is ahead of him. Booker, Karl Anthony Towns.
Towns should not be ahead.
Yeah,
of him.
Jalen Williams, Kawhi Leonard, Cunningham. I think Cunningham's
Kawhi doesn't even play.
Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and then
LeBron. Wait, LeBron hasn't played.
He played last night. Durant, Brunson, Mitchell, Curry, Wembanyama, Edwards is 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doncic, Giannis.
Brunson has to be in there.
And then
put it this
Jokic.
way: I think
Brunson's 9.
Jalen has been a top 12 player in the NBA. I might even go top 10. He should be in the MVP conversation for what he's doing. And again, I'm not saying top 5 in MVP conversation, but the reason the Celtics are above 500 is because Jaylen Brown has been really, really good.
Yeah, it's interesting that the Knicks have 2 players in the top 20.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns should not be, but that's just my opinion. Brown's a better player than that guy.
You would think the Knicks would be a lot better if they have 2 players in the top 20. If they have 2 of the top 20 basketball players on the planet, you would think the Knicks would be a little bit better than they are. You would think that they would be a finals, pretty much have a clear road to the finals. But that is the situation. Oklahoma City's got 2 guys in the top 20.
Yep.
Now they're good.
And that Holmgren can't be too far behind, right?
Holmgren.
It's got to be 20.
It's 23.
Oh,
so you are very correct.
I still wonder about Jalen sometimes in the ball security and the ball handling.
Yeah,
you see it pop up. Saw it pop up a little bit at the end of last night's game.
No, in the first half of last night's game. So we had 8 turnovers last night, and the first half it was what is he doing? Driving without a purpose.
I didn't watch first.
Somebody's got to be better. Got to be better at.
It was on, but
it was in the background.
But look, I think everything else has been really good. And one of the things I guess I give him more credit for too is in the moments that they've struggled, he's been the first guy to put his hand up and say, "End of games, I got to be better. I got to make free throws. I got to get defensive stops. All that. I think that matters. I think leadership, especially in the role that he's playing this year.
Is he handling that well? I mean, now the microphones are always in front of his face.
Yep.
Before anybody else.
What was the night that he had he missed the offensive rebound, and he was like, "Yeah, that's my fault." Wasn't Kelly Oubre snuck in because he tried to help on the maxi drive, and that left them exposed, and he was the first guy to say that, "Hey, that's my fault." He was great in that game, and he was the reason they had a chance, and yet he made an error that was spotlighted in the moment, and I love that he even the other night, I'm trying to think, there was a game where he took the blame, and it's good that he can come out and be okay with it, because a lot of people would say, well, look at all I'm trying to do. Look what I've got a shoulder, and there's no Jason, and I got to do this. But no, I think he's been good.
All right, Chris Forsberg from NBC Sports Boston made the drive in, and
I should be rewarded for that.
He shall be rewarded with more airtime, precious airtime. We will have him still in studio coming up in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy.
Toucher and Hardy. People very excited about the. Have we found the listener that made the "Make America Nut Again" with the Wallach thing, the Wallach yearbook photo on it?
No email, no tweet, no nothing. Just showed up in the mail.
I put it up on
no return address.
I put it up on my Instagram at Fred Toucher. I haven't gone through every comment, but I'm hoping that the designer comes out and announces him or herself.
How did this show up? Did it at your house, at the studio,
at the radio station?
If it came to my house, I'd be
a little worried.
I'd be a little worried.
That happened to me once. Weird.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been getting something from one person in particular sent to my house, photo cards that they make. And sometimes they have nothing to do with anything. Other times they are things that have to do with things that were said on the show. And
they get sent to your house?
To my home.
Oh, my Lord.
Are they from Sarah from Everett?
No.
That's creepy.
My situation was that the person was very well intentioned. It was just then I think my family was like, wait, how did they find the address? And I'm like, well, there's Google.
Yeah, Google. It's not difficult.
It's pretty easy. Yeah.
Yeah. And so but it's just a balance. I once got a nasty letter. A lady chewed me out saying that my Robert Williams obsession was ruining our TV programming. I didn't disagree, but she was. It was non-threatening, but threatening.
What did she threaten to do if he didn't stop?
Well, and that was the kind of the gist of it. I'll have to find it. It was it was kind of hilarious, like just how angry she was that.
Oh, the women sometimes can be very threatening. Oh yes, absolutely. There's no question about it. Don't think that women it's all pie and ice cream.
They're more likely to get personal quicker.
Yeah. Well, when people try to take personal shots, it's either stuff that you told them or it misses the mark, generally, like it's not true. So it's either something that you've related to them through the radio, thereby you've already admitted it, or it's something that they've concocted in their brain. So it's very difficult to land a personal insult at the show or at me. Because you're making fun of something I told you.
How about this?
I realize is embarrassing.
How about more likely to find you on your social media accounts and start commenting about you and your family?
What do you mean?
Well,
I don't get that. No one's ever been weird about my kids. Because, no one's ever been weird about my kids.
Isn't that the line? Like, I always say that. I do my best to keep my wife and children out of social media and everything. But, like, if people cross that line, that's the one time I get super defensive.
Sure.
You want to come at me? God, I'm a punching bag. Do whatever you want. Like, I put myself out there.
Especially you and your Robert Williams shtick.
Right?
That did get
old.
old.
It's not shtick, though. Like, I really genuinely love the man.
I mean, it was like almost like the television was telling me to kill. It was almost like the government was using you saying Robert Williams' code to take you out. I understand. You're part of the cabal.
Back to Boston.
You're part of that cabal that's running things. We'll see what comes out in those files there, Chris Forsberg. See what your relationship to that island is very shortly. Don't you worry. That will be out there. All right. So how invested are you in this Celtics season? How invested should fans be as we move along here? You say that you think that they're within striking distance of the top four.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I mean, they are. They're mathematically in there. But some of those teams are like, look, the Pistons have won 11 in a row, and they've won without starters, and they've won in every way possible. And they're making threes for some ungodly reason.
Best record in the East.
Most points in the paint. Second best defense.
Well, they're a big, tough team. Now, and the Cavaliers are the Cavaliers. Best case scenario, Celtics make the playoffs. How far, now that you've seen 15 games of this season play out, how much in the conversation are they? How many teams are like heads above them?
Yeah, I don't know. So like Detroit's got to prove it can win in the postseason. They were right there last year. Should have beat the Knicks and didn't. The Cavs obviously they've had issues in the postseason. The Knicks should have been in the finals and weren't. Everyone's got a little something to prove. So I don't put anything past these Celtics. But yeah, are they on the same level? A lot's got to tip right. And there's a whole bunch of wild cards. What the Celtics do at the deadline. I understand both sides. A lot of people want them to lose games and get a good draft pick and be further set up for the future. And maybe that's the way it'll ultimately play out. But I do think when they're healthy, like they have been, and there's still a lot of talent here. So I can't just write off. And it's not like, people are like, oh, green team are just pumping this team's tires. Like, no, there's still talent here. Like, Jalen's really good. Derek White is very good. Peyton Pritchard's very good. Like, yeah, they got to figure some stuff out with the role players, but I think there's been a lot more good than bad.
Are they good enough right now as currently constituted to make a serious run at the NBA Cup? And on a scale of 1 to 2,
you had me right up to the last word.
How important is the NBA Cup in your life?
Hey, that last loss is going to kill them in round robin play and pool play. Yeah,
they're going to have to run it up on Friday night if they want to stay alive with differential and such. It's funny because I thought maybe that would be. Well, I've thought it in recent years too. I was like, teams want to kind of send a message. The Cup is at least a chance to do that. And I thought maybe the Celtics would just, as a reminder to the league, be motivated for those games. And then you realize you get into it. And it's a hyped up regular season game.
LeBron was into it. The league did something to LeBron. The league got to LeBron, and they were like, "You better be excited about this thing."
LeBron wants a trip to Vegas for the semifinals.
And then Giannis last year was motivated. I think, I do think they understand it's got a slightly little bit more heft, and I do like the idea of incentivizing regular season.
They get to go to Vegas
because they can't do that on their own.
No. They can't take the team plane if they're a big enough star and just screw off practice.
Especially when you live all the way in L.A. That's like a 50-minute flight. So when is LeBron supposed to go to Las Vegas if he just wants to go?
Yeah, when actually
he could go on a game day.
During the NBA Finals, Jordan had to show up to a hotel in Vegas and wake up Rodman and tell him to get back to playing basketball. So yes, I do think, and strangely, Rodman never got in trouble. And so I would think that was always funny to me when people were the incentivization was they get to go to Vegas. It's like
it's more it's always the money, right? Like there is some built-in.
The moon, I think, would be incentive. Like I will send you to the moon. You can experience space, and you can be one of the handful of humans to walk on the moon. Vegas is not a tough place to get to. A lot of lodging.
A lot of flights.
Yeah. I mean, not a difficult place to get to.
Spirit goes there, so you get a good airline.
That's right. So Chris is a big Spirit guy.
Big Spirit guy.
Yeah,
although
by necessity.
A lot of Breeze lately. Have you gotten Breeze?
No.
No, I don't even know what it is.
Really? It's by the same one. I believe, and I hope I don't get this wrong, but I believe
you better not.
One of the guys who was involved with JetBlue spun off and created Breeze as a low budget carrier that's doesn't feel low budget.
Now, how do they make you not feel low budget?
Because you get on and you're just like, am I on a JetBlue flight? You still get all the luxuries, the amenities.
The luxury of JetBlue.
The luxuries. What are the luxuries?
Whoa, we're not JetBlue guys now.
You get a TV? Is that?
There is no TV, no TVs anymore because no one uses the TVs anymore.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Everyone's on a device.
I love the Delta TVs.
I would bet you on Delta flights, half the planes using the television.
And then most people are just frustrated because they're like, what networks do we get? And there's like 3 old movies.
Old movies?
I did watch Ferris Bueller on a Delta flight. That was enjoyable.
Spoken as a man who is slumming it on Spirit Airlines, there might be 200 movies.
Spirit's great. All that money in my pocket so that when I land, I can actually do something fun. Not worrying about the hour and 40 I'm in the air. Just like I'm perfect.
Huh? What are you worried about? An hour and 40? You're not worried about it on Spirit?
I'm
You're worried
get on
about
that plane. I'm probably gonna take a nice nap. If not, I'll get some work done. Like I don't need your TVs. I don't need your leg room. Yeah, if I'm flying cross country, I'm probably not gonna do Spirit. Anything more than 3 hours, I'm probably not gonna do it.
What do you think about the reliability?
It's by far the most reliable airline I have ever flown on. Ever. Fred, they got to get there because they're not going to make money if they don't get from point A to point B.
Well, they don't control it. I mean, there's a lot of factors that
all I'm telling you is there have been times where I'm looking over at the JetBlue terminal and those guys are walking up to the counter getting their refunds, and I'm getting on my Spirit flight and getting there. Now, it might be a little bumpy. You're going to come in hot, but you might have to hold a package on your way there, but you're going to get there.
If this segment isn't sponsored by Spirit Airlines, come next week, then I don't know what we're doing here.
By the way,
Do they have the money to sponsor?
Probably not.
Honest to God.
You may question whether or not you landed or were shot down.
I was just going to say, if they get up and they get down, doesn't matter how there's landing gear.
We were budgeted. I was flying from Bradley to Myrtle Beach to see my mom, and we were budgeted, I think, like an hour and 40 in the air. I'm pretty sure it was like an hour 5. And like that plane came in. I was like, Mom, I'm early. You know, like it got us up. It was a little turbulent. You didn't want to go to the bathroom on the flight, but you got there.
Have you flown Frontier?
I have. So Frontier actually, boy, we could do an entire show on low budget airlines and Chris Forsberg. But so they do a unlimited pass. If they went to more locations, I would sign up in a heartbeat. You have to book the day before, but you can anywhere that they have availability on the plane. You essentially, if you pay the $199 a year, $599 a year, whatever it is, you can just book flights everywhere.
And not have to pay for the flight?
I think you pay whatever the taxes fee or whatever, so $20 maybe.
All right.
It's almost like they're getting the free. You're a member, but you got to pay for the card.
Yeah, because some of us just hit diamond status again. It was big news. But I'll tell you this, is that Spirit Airline, only a little over 1% of their flights are canceled altogether.
Oh, look who's looking now.
1.16. Now,
why don't you give me the number for Delta?
Delta is 0.6.
What?
Yes.
No,
Spirit Airline, though, is a little low.
Twice as much there, Chris.
79% on time performance. Delta is 80. Delta's about 84%. So
I think those numbers are slightly.
But WestJet is 84.5%. WestJet is the fourth most efficient airline.
WestJet's Canadian, right? I think WestJet's
I thought that was what he was just talking about. What was the airline you were
Frontier.
talking?
Breeze.
Oh,
Breeze.
yeah,
Breeze is second. 87% on time.
Woo!
0.16 canceled flights.
My guys. They fly to Providence and Bradley now. I need them.
Now you've sold me.
Now, Breeze is 5,000 flights. Delta has 155,000. So there is a little discrepancy in the amount.
That's variety and choice.
The volume is jarring the numbers, though, because you got all those Delta flights that go from, like, New York to New York or California to California. Those are getting out.
Yeah, they don't count. I mean, they're not in the air.
That's true. They never get up off the ground.
If where you're flying to is a concern, then you might want to look at a carrier like Delta that has actual flights to places that you want to go to.
The airlines I fly get me to wherever.
If you just want to get on an airplane, then go Breeze.
I'm telling you,
there's just 150,000 more flights to choose from, and this, by the way, are North American flights.
These flights take Forsberg out to the tarmac, and they like run these panels by, making the illusion that you're on the air. They take you back to Logan Air.
All right. Well,
one day we should all get on a Breeze flight together. I'll take you down to Myrtle. You can come meet my mom. Come hang out. And you'll get to see not only the wonder of the Breeze experience or Spirit flight, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, this sounds like something that'll happen. Yeah, run with it. Go.
Why do you gotta poo-poo it so?
Because the four of us are gonna go take a trip down to see your mom at Myrtle.
Maybe there's a sponsor out there that wants to make this happen.
Maybe Hardy just isn't interested in spending time with the rest of us.
That's hurtful.
If you created some little golf fantasy for this one,
I mean, you think about the number of courses.
There's a lot of courses.
A lot better down there.
A lot. Yeah, enough with the weather in Myrtle Beach.
It's amazing.
Okay.
I was just there.
Very good.
Get yourself a warm chocolate chip cookie while you're down there.
Let's not pretend Myrtle Beach has this incredible weather. This is not a tropical climate. They have 4 seasons.
Sometimes you go to a location. It doesn't
brown
even matter
grass
what
in the
weather
winter.
is. There's a glow about it.
There's a glow about Myrtle Beach.
Nice.
That's the uranium. All right, look. Thank you so much, Chris Forsberg. We appreciate it.
That seemed like a fake. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris Forsberg from NBC Sports Boston.
I got one more thing. So if 12, we got 12's giving me the nod. If you ever have to book a Spirit or Breeze flight,
Jesus Christ.
If you go to the airport and book it at the counter instead of booking it online, you can take their already criminally low fares and pretty much have them. They eliminate some fees and taxes.
That is the dumbest thing in the world. If you go and jam up the line,
yes,
we're going to save fees.
It makes no sense.
In every other business, if you book online or through the app, you get a savings.
Even better.
They incentivize the web it requires no person-to-person contact. So when there's someone whose flight's been canceled, they want you to show up to the airport like an idiot and then book a trip with the gate agent. Not the gate agent, but the ticket agent. Oh, that's fantastic.
Well, remember, they don't cancel flights, so the customer service desk is always wide open. But when you're there, too,
if it's open, because when my son left his blanket when he was a little kid in the gate, they had, the Spirit office was locked, and there was a woman in there eating lunch or dinner or whatever.
They've got to eat, Fred.
They don't have to lock the door.
There, but it is totally counterproductive because you have to give them your TSA number, and you're like TLM. It's a hard process.
No, there's never it's never more efficient to have people go to the airport. No.
If anyone needs any information on Breeze or Spirit, just hit me up online.
I don't even know if that can be right. If that's right.
It's 100% right. I've done it a bunch of times.
Okay, well, Spirit has a bad management issue.
It's
you're
for
aware.
every airline, I believe.
All right.
Just saying. I'm just trying to save the listeners money.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
In fact,
nothing in aviation makes sense.
That shouldn't be the government shouldn't allow that. You should stay away from the airport unless you're flying.
Don't blow up my deals.
Well, you're the one who said it.
Well,
all right. We'll be back. Thank you, Chris. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Jaylen Brown scored 29 points. Celtics beat the Nets in Brooklyn 113-99 in the front end of a home-and-home. Celtics turned the ball over 19 times, but they're still over 500 for the first.
right. We ran late, but we were talking to Chris Forsberg about his love of Spirit Airlines. Monty. Hello, Monty.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, that conversation with Chris, where Wallach being involved in that conversation, I mean, it reminds me of like Aquaman talking about his favorite form of sea travel. I don't know why he was even in that conversation.
Yeah, you're saying that as a bird, why would he ever need an airline? Is what you're saying, Monty.
Exactly. Like, what is the point?
Yeah, he's a bird. We get it. Thank you, Monty.
He was
always
conspicuously silent during that. You didn't have a lot to say, John.
No. Well, I already know all this stuff.
Plus, you like to drive.
Yeah, he likes to drive to Philadelphia, his
Yeah.
chosen destination.
Mm-hmm.
Or South Jersey.
Be back there over Christmas.
You're going to the in-laws.
Yep.
When do you see your parents?
Usually over Thanksgiving. My mother's coming to town this weekend. I'll visit my father multiple times in Maine during the summer.
You have siblings, your sister.
My sister lives in Europe. And
That's right. She lives in like a random country.
In Luxembourg. Just saw her in
random
April.
country.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's fair to say. But so you see your mother once a year?
It's more like 3 times. We were out to visit her in Seattle.
Yeah, but you don't do that
ago.
very often. You did that 2 summers ago.
We'll go to Seattle pretty much every other year. She travels a lot to the East Coast as well. And now that my niece, her granddaughter, is going to Brown University in Providence, she's here more often.
What did we learn about Luxembourg the last time John went over there? That it was a city?
That you could fit 4 people in a hotel room.
No, that was Paris.
Is Luxembourg a city? Is that what we learned? And also a country?
Luxembourg City is the capital of Luxembourg.
Yeah.
John Wallach en Boston Zone for Sport.
Right.
Which I did not know.
Open borders in
Kids love
Luxembourg.
French museums.
No people at the border. Just drive right in.
Open marriages?
No, not that I'm
Very
aware
small
of.
hotel room.
Is your sister in an open marriage?
No.
Did you ask?
No, I didn't.
Is there a red light district?
No.
Is there? Can you buy heroin?
I don't know.
Is it like Amsterdam?
No, not as big.
Well, I'm not going.
I think the red light district.
Can you get Adderall?
I assume you can, yes.
Nice.
The red light district in the age of the internet is interesting to me. Is that like I just want my prostitutes behind glass? Like, what's the point of the red light district? Well, to get prostitutes. Well, I guess you could get prostitutes online and they would come to your hotel. Oh no, these they're in window
shopping.
Yeah, they're in the windows.
Yeah,
so you can look at the prostitutes in the windows. Now, I have to admit, if I was in Amsterdam, which I've never been. I hear it's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And I read The Goldfinch, which a good quarter of that book, he's in a hotel room in Amsterdam. That's just a nod to the literary folk out there. The good readers.
The literary set.
The literary set. All of you in Cambridge listening. Shouts out to the Harvard Library crew. I guess I would be like a little curious about it, but in terms of like getting a prostitute, seems a very antiquated way. It's like, the old Times Square where they would come up to the car window. You see videos of it.
Now, but if you were there, you would certainly want to walk through the red light district.
I think that I wouldn't go out of my way. Certainly, like if someone was like, it's like right there, I would do it. But first of all, I could never sleep with a prostitute. And
you don't sleep with them.
I could never have sex with a prostitute.
Oh.
Because I couldn't do it because I would know that how miserable they were. There has to be at least some chance of, well, they wouldn't want to have sex with me, and I would be having sex with someone who didn't want to have sex with me. They're demanding money in exchange for it. That would be the first thing. Now, do prostitutes enjoy their jobs? I'm sure there are prostitutes that like high-end escorts that have a wonderful time and hobnob with the rich and famous. I'm not denying that.
Sex workers is the preferred nomenclature, by the way, Fred. We don't say prostitutes anymore.
But I know, okay, thank you, noted. But I know that with
You're welcome, 12.
With me, that would not be the case. They would not be like, oh, hooray, I get to have sex with this guy. They would be like clocking in and out. It would be it would be almost inhuman.
And you're not about that.
No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't judge those who do. I think it should be legal and regulated. I don't think there's anything necessarily morally wrong with it if 2 people consensually come to an agreement to have sex. Just because it's about money, I don't understand why that matters.
What if it was offered up to you on a Testosterone Tuesday, which is now on Monday?
It's on Sundays now, and I'm going to Northeast Men's Health today after the show. Thanks for the reminder.
Okay, so what if it were offered up to you later on today, and you're all, you got a fresh dose in you?
It doesn't matter when you take the dose.
Is it slow release?
Baby, it releases over the course of the week. You're fine.
Okay.
You're stacked from top to bottom.
Oh, nice.
You're like
Tip-top.
You're like Cardi B, stacked from top to bottom. You know, Johnny?
I do, actually.
All right. We'll be back. We have a guest from Cincinnati, Ohio, a Bengals writer, coming on in just a moment.
Stay tuned.
Last night, Jaylen Brown scored 17 points in the third quarter and a game-high 29 for the evening. Green are 8-7. They're back home tonight, Friday night to play the Nets again. Bruins had last night off to fly to the West Coast. They begin a 4-game road trip in Anaheim late this evening. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 9:30 and the face-off at 10 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Charlie McAvoy will not make the trip. Also, Johnny Beecher claimed on waivers by Calgary, and defenseman Michael Callahan called up from Providence. Patriots will be back at practice today to visit Cincinnati on Sunday. Bengals top gun Jamar Chase had the appeal of his one-game suspension denied by the league last night, so he will sit out this weekend's game. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the $14.99 Big Deal Meals at the 99, like the roasted turkey dinner, available every Monday through Wednesday for just $14.99. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
High wrist shot.
The Bruins.
Rebound score!
Play here. The Sports Hub. Fred describes himself in 7 words.
A guy in tights and a cape.
And Hardy with blunt honesty.
I am not known as Mr. Fun.
Toucher and Hardy continues on the Sports Hub.
I would expect them to be out there Wednesday, and then again we'll monitor how that goes. To me, when you come back, it's just about the volume and handling what their normal volume would be, and can they obviously do their job up to what we expect and what they expect it to be, and being able to protect themselves out there.
Maybe Vrabel talking about Ramondre Stevenson. That is what it is. Thank you.
Yes, and Booty.
And Booty. He's talking about just injured players in general. All right. I was in Cincinnati a couple weekends ago. Good fans. Not too into the team. I like it that way. Pretty convinced that they were going to lose, which I like. No false bravado. Good fatalism. Good fatalism. That's what I'm looking for from a fan base.
Type recognizes type.
Yeah. It was kind of a war of attrition, that game, between the Jets and the Bengals. And the Bengals really suck on defense. Mike Petraglia is a writer for CLNS Media. He covers Cincinnati sports. Mike, thank you for joining us again.
You're very welcome. I learned that fatalism. I really honed it during my 27 years in Boston. I'll just let you know that.
Well, it's changed. I know that you were in Boston for a long time. That is dramatically changed into a annoying optimism when it comes certainly to the Patriots.
Everyone is convinced the next dynasty is right around the corner.
But, I mean, they're not wrong. It was just they were right. It's just that before the season, there was a lot of, optimism, which I couldn't figure out. It turns out they're right. It's not even about reality and non-reality. It's just about a vibe.
Yeah.
And there's a vibe around the Bruins that's kind of eh. And there's a vibe around the Red Sox that's just downright negative. But the Celtics and the Patriots have the fan base is getting a little middle America for me with its can-do, thumbs-up attitude, Mike. I got to be honest.
It's wholesome. You've got to embrace the wholesomeness of it all, guys.
Yeah, that's right. See, I was impressed because, it's the Jets in Cincinnati, so it's no great thing. And the Jets are down 17 in the fourth quarter, and they come back to win the game. But when the Jets had to stop them, they were up by a point. It was like a battle between the Cincinnati fans and me to who was more certain that the team was going to blow it. And I enjoyed that very, very much.
Oh, yeah.
There was no Jacksonville yokel crap.
No.
Lots of don't you worry, no, don't you worry.
I was
No,
very impressed
don't
with
you
the
worry.
city. I liked the people of the city. It was a very walkable city. I'd been there before, but I don't remember because I was at weddings and drinking and stuff. But Mike, Cincinnati, any chance on Sunday? But now that Chase is out, no.
Not a chance in Hades that the Bengals come out on top. They couldn't beat, with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, Jacoby Brissett and Gerard Mayo in his first game, and DeMarcus Covington. They couldn't beat that team, and that team, Mayo and Covington, knew if you come into Cincinnati and punch the Bengals in the mouth, they'll roll over like dogs. And that's what happened, 16-10. Look, Patriots barely won that game, probably shouldn't have, had Tanner Hudson not fumbled at the goal line in the second quarter.
That first game of the season, yep.
Yeah, and opening game of 2024. Mm-hmm. And I knew going into that game that was a danger game for the Bengals just because of, even though it was Gerard Mayo, the Patriots have always had a tough DNA. And, I mean, in the last 25 years they have. And they knew that if you come into Cincinnati and punch a finesse team that is driven all by offense in the mouth, they'll roll over. And that's what happened. I would expect that in spades this week with Mike Vrabel certainly knowing that he has the more physically strong and more talented team overall in the Bengals. And you may not even have Joe Flacco to defend in this game. He's 50-50 with a sprained AC joint in his right shoulder. He's played through the pain, but he didn't look right on Sunday against Pittsburgh. So you may have Jake Browning tossing to Mitchell Tinsley. How's that?
Oh, this season. I'll tell you, not something I want to watch. But you mentioned Joe Burrow, and, we talked to a lot of national writers, and there's this sentiment of, like, if the Bengals can just hang on and get to Burrow, who's supposed to, I guess, come back Thanksgiving, you can say if that's right or not. But does it even matter? Because they're scoring points, not every week, but they, as a rule, are scoring points. It's just that the defense is terrible. Does Burrow returning this season mean that much to you?
No, it means nothing to me. It means nothing to the Bengals front office. It means something to Joe Burrow, which is why Joe Burrow would return on Thanksgiving night. There's going to be a debate, and I've been told this inside the building. There's going to be a debate internally between the front office, owner Mike Brown, and the football coaching staff and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow wants to get on that field. He's paid a lot of money. He takes a great deal of pride in getting ready. Joe Burrow has an incredible sense of competitiveness about him, and I give him all the credit in the world for that. He wants to be on that field. The Bengals probably are like, if you go out and play with this kind of injury, there is a possibility that you could rupture your Achilles. That's one of the associated injuries with turf toe if you come back and re-injure it. And I think the Bengals know this full well, and that's going to be the debate that they will have inside that building. But if you ask me, Thanksgiving, by the way, Thanksgiving night is right. That's when I think he would be ready to play. He's going to practice 11 on 11 starting today. He is not going to play Sunday against the Patriots. But he is expected to get back on the field, or at least be clear to get back on the field Thursday night, unless the front office steps in and says, no, you don't.
Mike, you wrote that now is the time that the Brown family should be apologizing to the fans for the season. Specifically, what do they need to apologize for, and why is now the time?
Prioritize a list of things.
Oh, my God. Right, Wallach. I mean, there are so many reasons that the Bengals have failed their fans this year. They failed to go out and build a competent defense. They failed to support Joe Burrow at the start of the season with an offensive line, which is playing much better now, but at the beginning of the season, they were a train wreck. And when you go into a season with no idea who your left guard and right guard are in front of your franchise quarterback, that's malpractice. That is just football malpractice 101. That's one thing. The Jamar Chase and the behavior of some of their players is just the cherry on the top. That's really all it is. Jamar Chase, his behavior, although Jalen Ramsey is a punk, he did some things in that game that were pretty bad to both T. Higgins and Chase, but you can't go spitting on somebody. That is degrading and degrading. You cannot do that. And it's just another, black eye on an organization that is suffering through a miserable season when, you were told in the off season that this team was ready to compete for a Super Bowl, and they've gone the other way. They've just, failed the fan base in every conceivable way. And the other reason I wrote that is the Bengals front office, ownership, Mike Brown, Katie Blackburn, Troy Blackburn, are notorious for not talking to the media. And I realize a lot of teams don't put their ownership out there, but at least they put a GM out there. They put some type of official voice out there to answer to the fans. The Bengals, it's Zach Taylor, and that's it. And there's a growing frustration in Cincinnati and among the fan base that they'll never be accountable for what they've done with the football franchise.
It seems, Mike, looking at this from a distance, there's some version of this same story that happens in Cincinnati year after year after year, regardless of who the head coach or the quarterback is. Is it just as simple as the owner is cheap and doesn't know what he's doing, or is there more to it?
So, I think the best way to answer that is the Bengals are one of the very few teams remaining in the NFL without a true general manager. All football decisions run through ownership, and they don't have a singular voice in charge of the draft. They don't have a singular voice in charge of free agency. It's what is the ownership get together? Where do they think the biggest needs are in the offseason, instead of a tried and true football professional in there making competent decisions? And I know the Patriots had Bill Belichick in charge of both over the years, and for the most part, I think Bill did a good job. And then towards the end, again, it was a train wreck. But for the most part, you had one person in charge of it all. The Bengals have too many hands in the pot, and too many hands that have no idea what they're doing and no idea what they're watching. And they still have the smallest scouting department in football by far. And so that's the best way I could sum that up.
Yeah, they screwed up that first-round pick this year, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
And
well, they
everyone
screwed
saw
it up a couple of years in a row.
Yeah, I mean, but this year, I don't recall 2 years ago, but this year, I mean, everyone knew the kid coming out.
He was the last guy to sign, right? It was over contract language.
Well, he had attitude problems, and he didn't do anything in college. Yeah. There was like a couple strikes against him, right?
Correct. And Shamar Stewart, real quick, he didn't want to sign that contract because they wanted to put default language in the contract that every other NFL team had for its rookie, but the Bengals didn't for whatever reason. And they wanted to catch up to the other NFL teams on rookie contracts. And Shamar Stewart's agent said, "You're not going to make us the guinea pig. Sorry. This is the way your language is. That's what we're going with." That's what the stalemate was over.
Yeah. All right. So, Mike, I like the fans in Cincinnati. I like you. You're very negative. I like that very much. I enjoy
You know where I got it from.
Absolutely. Mike, well, enjoy the game on Sunday and the exercise of going. CLNS
I'll
Media.
catch up with a few people. I'll catch up with Rochi. I know he'll be, I hope he is at the game, and I'll catch up with Mark Capello. He's always one of my best buds, and he does a great job, despite what you guys may think of him.
He does.
I'm not quite sure what Capello does, but I'm sure he does a great job at it.
Yeah,
I know he wears vests.
A bit more on the job that he does. If you would, please.
Yeah.
What's the job?
Other than requiring a vest at all times. Capello, a big vest wearer, as you can imagine, wears his politics on his chest. If you're wearing a vest, you're pretty.
He does do that.
All right, there you go, Mike. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
There you go. Yeah, you wouldn't think Cincinnati, like little city in Ohio, you wouldn't think very negative. I liked it very much. They don't like that team. They have the horrible owner.
What an epic disaster! I mean, Mike's there every day. He knows the ins and outs of that organization. Mike Brown has been a terrible owner for how many? Remember, they were trying to resell used TVs because they were remodeling the stadium.
And it's a nice stadium, and it's in a nice location. You know, the practice facilities are like next to the stadium, and the stadium's downtown.
You can literally walk over to the stadium. It's great.
I mean, look, every team just about has a better game day experience than the Patriots in terms of convenience and things of that nature.
How many different NFL stadiums have you been to now?
I went through that exercise with my son, like maybe 12 or 13. I hope it's not 13. That'd be very unlucky.
Ooh. But then again, if it's 13, had you been to the Bengals stadium before?
I had been to the old one. I hadn't been to the new one.
Okay, well, this one would count as the 13th.
Oh, if you're counting doubling up, yeah, then I've doubled up.
Then that was a lucky visit for you.
But anything downtown, like any football, I don't go to MetLife.
Yeah.
I never go to Jet home games because why would I? It's a huge pain in the ass to get there. Or you're staying next to MetLife Stadium, right? Like you're staying.
Yeah.
Like if you came in from out of town and you got a hotel room at Patriot Place, Patriot Place is great and it's fine, but you're just going to be at Patriot Place for the length of time until the game, and then after the game, you're going to be at Patriot Place. So you're not even really visiting Boston. You know, these downtown stadiums, that's what's up. Plus, the ride, it took my son an hour and a half. Some people had speculated 3 hours, but from Newton to that game, an hour and a half. He left an hour and a half before he was supposed to meet the people, like maybe an hour and 45 minutes, and he just made it.
Yeah,
and now he's forever remembered as a traitor on the sidelines as Christian Gonzalez runs by. They have the NBC Sports took a picture.
Oh, I won't forget.
Well, they've been using it. It's been used in their propaganda.
Son, very tall kid, very easy to spot.
Yeah, he's a tall kid. So there you go. All right, I need my erectile dysfunction copy. According to
no,
the
you
sheet.
don't. There's no read here. The sheet is incorrect.
Oh!
So this is useless, is what you're saying.
So this is just garbage to be mocked.
If that's the approach you'd like to take, I'm not going to argue with that.
Stability.
All right. Well, there you go. All right, we'll be back with our award-winning email segment in just a moment.
More Toucher and Hardy.
Toucher and Hardy. If you would like to email us, you can look at that at 985thesportshub.com. If you want to follow us on social media, at Toucher and Hardy, at Hardy985, at Fred Toucher, where the Wallach shirt, and I did get Mitch's email. My email is a little lagging. But where the Wallach shirt exists, I took a picture of some listener, we don't know who, made a shirt that says "Make America Nut Again," which is a famous line from this show. Very famous.
Yes.
It's in part of the intro. I don't even remember the context of it, but...
So much so it's become part of the, dare I say, zeitgeist?
I was going to say lexicon. The local lexicon. Boning, baby. Make America nut again. Yeah, I don't know the context of that.
I think it was a live read for one of our proud sponsors.
I don't think it was.
I believe it was.
It might have been going into the read. And the well, look, if it was part of the read, I'd be very excited if I was the sponsor, because now it's a T-shirt, which is the
one of one.
It is John Wallach's high school yearbook photo.
Yep.
And it says "Make America Nut Again." Mitch says, because we don't know who made it, he goes, "The call is coming from inside the house. John Wallach sent the shirt." Now, here's his reasoning. One, he's an attention whore, which is absolutely true. Two, he has easy access to his high school picture. Three, birds love to look at themselves.
It's true.
You put a mirror in the cage, and they're looking at it all day. He looks at himself in that window, before he goes to Philadelphia for a week. That's Mitch in New Bedford. That's all good points. You did not make that, did you?
I did not make that shirt.
Well, why'd you look down when you said that? Was the answer written on a piece of paper in front of you? Let's try that again. Did you make the shirt?
No. I did not make that shirt.
I'm telling you, if we sold it, which we ran
the numbers earlier.
We ran the numbers, and there's I don't want to sell the audience a bunch of crap that if there's not like a big gain.
There are going to be some people with their hands out.
And even if we made it for charity, at the end of the day, the charity's not going to get anything. So, but I'm telling you, based on the response on Instagram, I think that we could sell 1,000 of them. I think so. Paul says, "Have you ever been to Soldier Field?" I've been to a lot of football stadiums. Have you ever been to a game there? Incredibly inconvenient stadium that's technically in downtown Chicago. I have gone to Chicago to go to a Bears game and then given up. That is what...
Trying to get there?
My friend, I obviously, you have friends probably that live in Chicago. Everyone from Detroit, that's where everyone moves. And so I was with friends, and we started out to make our way to Soldier Field. And, we were going to bars and stuff. And then my friend, I'm like, how do we get there? And you got to cross a freeway. And he's like, and we're just like, screw it. Let's just not go. And we didn't go. The Bears were terrible. The tickets were cheap. Probably $100 a ticket.
But still, 12 different stadiums other than Gillette? That's pretty good.
Yeah. I used to go every year with a buddy of mine when I lived in Atlanta. I went every year.
I'm only about half as much as that.
So I went to 8 because I was in Atlanta for 8 years, and then I continued that. And now I go with Milo, but with Milo, I don't know if I've gone to a new city. I haven't been to Denver. I haven't been to either of the LA ones. I haven't been to Candlestick.
No.
I haven't been to Vegas.
Or Levi.
Yeah, the Candlestick, Levi.
We're going to change that this
Levi.
year.
Yeah.
Well,
Patriots make the Super Bowl. I'm not going.
We're all going. We decided yesterday. We had a show vote.
I am not going. It's going to be very uncomfortable if this is insisted upon by people. But I'm telling you, I'm not going to be there.
So you're an election denier now. We had a vote.
This is not a democracy. Your participation can be a democracy. My participation is not democratic. I am controlled.
So you're an insurrectionist.
No, I'm Rush. I'm free will, my friend. You may choose something with non-celestial voice. If you choose not to decide,
you still have made a choice. But you have made your choice.
You don't want to go any more than I do. You don't want to. Neither of you want to go. You're out of your mind. First of all, I mean, let's hang out at Levi Stadium.
Yeah.
Because I hear it's real close to San Francisco.
They got Wi-Fi.
It's only about 40 minutes away.
And there's nothing like a city at 1:30 in the morning to really, and while you're getting up, there's nothing, if you want to enjoy the sights and sounds, having dinner at 2 o'clock in the afternoon is an excellent way to enjoy it.
From what I understand, the aggressive homeless are much less aggressive between the hours of 1:30 and 3 a.m.
I like San Francisco. I think San
We're not gonna
Francisco's a
be
nice
staying
city.
there, When's the last time you were there?
Yeah, like maybe like 19 years ago, 18 years
Yeah,
ago.
it's been a long time for me too. People who have been there more recently are not as
I know COVID
not as
hit
much
it hard.
praise.
I know COVID hit it hard. A lot of businesses left downtown, but yeah, there's absolutely no way I'm doing that again. It's a disaster. And for the show, the quality of the show, at least from my end, I am not capable of doing that. I hated it, and I don't think the shows were good. So, and it's a big week if the Patriots are in the Super Bowl,
right? Which is why we should go.
Right. To talk to all the people that are going to be there at 2:00 in the morning. Literally 2:00 in the morning.
No, you do both. You come back in the afternoon.
You poach guests from the other shows.
Yeah,
we had a lot of fun doing that.
And then you show up and do the show live, but you sprinkle in some of the interviews that you do from the day before.
And what's funny is that place is going to be a ghost town at 4:00. There's not going to be any guests because all the East Coast media is going to be gone because all the afternoon shows are off the air.
Oh.
So it's going to be a ghost town. So that's any West Coast Super Bowl. LA might be different because everyone's around.
That's next year, right?
But I went to some Grammys where no one showed up. I went to some Grammys where the week we didn't get anyone. So if musical artists aren't showing up to a pre-Grammys broadcast, I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe people are finding out how you treat the guests and they don't want to show up on your account.
I still feel bad about the Fall, because the Fall Out Boy stuff, like those guys don't seem to have it so great. And when I was talking to them and they were like a baby band and it was at the Grammys and, my co-host, because she was very insightful, said, who are you most like looking forward to seeing? And they said Herbie Hancock, and I said, stop trying to be interesting. Because you're lying. You do not want to see Herbie Hancock. You've
seemed to rock it.
Picked the one. You poached the one jazz guy you've heard of out of the. You have to admit, there's no way that Fall Out Boy, the guy that married Ashley Simpson, was there to see the artistry of Herbie Hancock.
I think Herbie Hancock is in Indecent Proposal. That was on the other day.
Is that right?
I think he's playing the piano on board the Griffin, which is the name of the yacht that Robert Redford owns. John Gage, you remember him, the billionaire.
Yes.
Yes. And I think he's got Herbie Hancock as his piano soloist in the dining room of the yacht.
Huh.
Now, I've enjoyed albums that Herbie Hancock has played on. I mean, if I'm doing something else. But I've never seen Indecent Proposal, by the way.
Oh, that's good. That holds up.
But yet I know the famous scene with Newman in it. So there you go. All right. Who else has emails now that I've read Mitch's?
No, that's not him. Never mind. Okay. I have emails here. Another one about John. Do you ever consider that the reason why Wallach refuses to fly is because of his hate toward airplanes and how they kill his fellow birds when they fly into the engines? Explain why he only drives when he goes to visit the in-laws.
See movies all the time. Top Gun Maverick.
Bird Strike.
Bird Strike.
Bird Strike in
Bird Strike.
Maverick?
Yep.
Oh.
Top Gun
And isn't there a
Maverick,
rooster?
There is.
But do you get
Miles
offended?
Teller is rooster. Yes.
Do you get offended when they call a rooster bird?
Just happy to be included.
I don't care for that Miles Teller.
No?
Nah. A lot of boring movie stars now. Between him and the Running Man guy.
His SNL was not great.
Glenn Powell.
Just SNL's not great, is it?
Glenn Powell, who hosted at SNL last weekend.
Yeah, like Glenn Powell. Like we had this conversation. Like Glenn Powell's like a good-looking guy, but he's like an undescript good-looking guy.
He was in Top Gun Maverick too. He was a good character.
I saw Top Gun Maverick, and I didn't know any of these guys were in it. I know Miles Teller was in it because he is in arguably the worst scene of that year in film, when he plays at the bar. He's behind the piano.
Oh yes,
playing Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yes,
because his father did it in the first one. And I contend, if you were at a bar and there was some dick sitting at the piano jamming out a Jerry Lee Lewis song, an inbreeding pedophile, if you must know the real Jerry Lee Lewis, there's not a human being alive, regardless of age or gender or persuasion, that would not be appalled. just knocking around on a piano, and everyone's like, "Yay!" No, stop playing that thing.
There's some that was on again the other day. Now I watch a lot of movies, but I watch like 10 minutes worth, and then I go off and do something else. And I was watching the beginning of Top Gun Maverick when Ed Harris shows up and he's taking the supersonic flight, Mach 10 and all that stuff. Like, this is interesting. And then I remembered as I was watching it, he's going to show up and he's gonna reignite his romance with Penny Benjamin.
Yes.
I think that's the character.
Private Benjamin, you're thinking Goldie Hawn.
Which is a delightful film. It really is.
I might have seen that in the theater when I was a little kid.
But the actress who plays the bartender, Fred, you have a thing for her.
Jennifer Connelly, right?
Jennifer Connelly.
Oh, yeah. Jennifer Connelly, for her era, was like a perfect-looking woman.
Right. I remember as I'm watching the beginning of the movie, he's going to show up at Jennifer Connelly's bar, and that bar scene's going to go on for like a half an hour. Yep. And I'm going to get pissed off, and I'm going to stop watching it then, so I'll just stop watching it now.
It culminates in the Jerry Lee Lewis sing-along.
Well, all I remember watching the movie is people were talking about how long it was, and as I was sitting in the theater watching it, because I took the bait and said, you got to see this in IMAX, it's worth it. I'm like, fine, I'll go see it. Sitting there watching, thinking, I know how you can cut 20 minutes out of this movie. This entire scene that I just sat through. This is not necessary. None of this.
You're not asking the right questions. Who are they going to get to teach us?
A guy used to work with...
Very interesting piece of dialogue that was necessary.
A guy I used to work with literally wept, admitted it. I wasn't with him. He announced to the world via social media that he wept when Tom Cruise unveiled the motorcycle that was underneath the sheet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I thought you were going to say in the original when Goose died, which would have been weird enough.
Or when, isn't Val Kilmer, right before he died in it?
Yes, that's right.
Even though that all would be weird if you're crying at that stuff, but...
The motorcycle is...
I just don't understand how Top Gun meant that much to anyone. Like the original Top Gun, it was a big hit and had, a soundtrack and everything.
Let me tell you, go back and watch the original Top Gun if you dare, and notice how there is very little, what's the word I'm looking for? Airplanes in the movie. The time spent in the air flying around in their fighter jets, it might be 5 minutes.
Which would explain why he went over the top with the second movie, where all of it is in fighter jets.
But I'm like, wow, they really don't fly their jets too much in this Top Gun movie. Because I made my son watch it before we went to see the Top Gun Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to know what's going on here, kid. You can't go in cold. You won't understand it. You'll be lost. You're asking me questions in the middle of the movie, and I won't abide that.
My daughter and I are seeing the Magician movie this weekend.
Now You See Me, that one?
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson's pulling off some real tricks there on the red carpets and whatnot.
I couldn't see it with you, Hardy, because you would just be a stickler for the actual magic.
Yeah, you'd ruin every trick.
Yeah,
I know how he did this one. That would be you.
Yeah, you would not fall for it. It'd be like watching F1 with Kendra. She'd be annoying with that's not how it is, and you'd be like, all right. It's not for people that know.
How dare you compare my annoyance level to hers? That's rude.
It's just kind of a similar track. I don't say level.
I'm going to defend you right now. Brian wrote in when we were talking. Well, you questioned whether or not Luca Garza was able to beat you in a foot race after watching him try to lumber his way up and down the court, and you said, I might be faster than him, which people protested. But you were more making a point than anything, but then when you thought about it, you might actually be faster than him. All right, people said, no. Brian said, pull that video of Fred running a route with Zolak in the parking lot. He runs like the last kid picked in gym class. Now, that was a long, long time ago, and I do remember that taking place. But I will defend you, Fred, in the golf cart race that we held at Brook Meadow, the day of the station golf tournament. The cart was not great, and it was wet, and I was loaded down with Wallach and his big ass, and this
very thin, John.
We were at a disadvantage because it's a very slow start in that golf cart. But Fred jumped off the line, and let me tell you what was most impressive: his closing speed in that 40-yard. I was
just going to say, the person who jumped off the line is the guy with the biggest butt out of all of us in the other room. Nicholas jumped out to a huge lead.
Yeah, Nick
Fred had to run him down.
Nick running side by side with me, I think, it calls into question my speed. But I will tell you, in terms of, I had just, for some reason, it was sent to me because we were talking about Zolak breaking someone's hand with a football.
Mm-hmm.
In that video, I'm much fatter, but also I'm wearing sweatpants that keep falling down. So if you'll notice in the video, I'm constantly reaching to hike my pants up, and I'm running in a way. Now the emailer is not wrong, but in my defense, I'm running in a way as to keep my pants up. I'm wearing gray gym teacher sweatpants.
I thought that was Adolfo who was reaching down to hike up his pants in the route running videos with Zolak. You too?
Anything with Adolfo, he's reaching down to keep his pants up. But yes,
that's fair.
Because I'm very narrow waisted, but I had a big fat gut. Very hard to keep pants up because I have no ass. Very hard to keep pants up.
I asked Zoe the day we were talking about, because the conversation was, do you want to play catch with Zoe? And the answer is no. You do not want to toss a football back and forth with Zolak.
No.
And I texted him that day. I said, whose finger webbing did you split in that media game years ago? He said it was Meter.
Yeah, I got that right.
It was, and he said he almost broke Karen Garigian's arm because she ran an in cut. So I guess it was her fault.
Okay, we'll break after this, but there's a 60 Minutes video from Brady probably around 2007, 2008, and they go onto the Gillette Stadium field, and they're playing catch, the guy from 60 Minutes and Brady.
Oh, yeah.
And you can tell the guy from 60 Minutes you can watch the video for yourself, is like, this was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because Brady isn't throwing, you can tell he's not putting any effort into the throws, but he's throwing them. Like, he's not lobbing them. And the guy has to, position his body so he's catching the ball away from his body.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the ball hitting you.
No.
Right. And give me a mitt and throw a ball at me. I'll at least be able to block it partially with the mitt. Give me a catcher's mitt. Or a first baseman's mitt. I need a little extra padding. But football, no. Break your finger. You don't got a mitt.
Yeah.
You don't got anything to protect yourself. All right. We'll be back in just a moment to finish things up. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics won in Brooklyn last night, 113-99 over the Nets. This is the opener of a home-and-home between the two teams. Jaylen Brown, 29 points. Peyton Pritchard, 22. Celtics and Nets back at it again on Friday night at TD Garden. Bruins got a lot of moving parts as they get set to begin a 4-game road trip in Anaheim tonight. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 9:30 and the face-off at 10 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Charlie McAvoy will not join the team on this trip. Defenseman Michael Callahan has been called up from Providence. Elias Lindholm is expected to be with the team out west. Johnny Beecher claimed on waivers by Calgary. And the Patriots will be back at work this afternoon with a road game coming up Sunday in Cincinnati. The NFL yesterday upheld a 1-game suspension that was given to Bengals franchise cornerstone Jamar Chase, so he will not play against the Patriots this weekend. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the Shaws and Star Market Foundations. They've teamed with Andrew Peak for Feeding the Puck for families. They'll donate $100 to each assist this season to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more at 98.5 The Sports Hub / Feed the Puck. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 10 o'clock.
buddy and me.
With friends like these,
climb up a tree.
you know.
We're the best friends you can be, my buddy and me.
Now,
Me.
more of your best morning buddies, Toucher and Hardy, on the Sports Hub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on
News. Pablo Torre Finds Out has tweeted out that Pablo Torre Finds Out has been named one of the best shows and best episodes of 2025 by Apple Podcasts. Couldn't do it without all you sickos. The bigger news is that this announcement was quote tweeted with the caption, "You're welcome." And it was quote tweeted by Jordan Hudson.
Oh, Jesus God.
The thing is that she's just like trapped. She's trapped now.
Now,
because it, it's nice to. I think she desperately wanted to be famous, but this is not the kind of fame that anyone would desire. But you can't back out of it now because you're kind of like stuck.
See, I find it fascinating now that both of them are stuck in this relationship. We've talked about Bill because Bill can't part ways with her now because she'll turn around and talk to every talk show about what kind of a guy he is and all of his personal habits and blow the lid off his life. And she's trapped because she so desperately wants fame. This goes above and beyond sleeping with someone 50 years older than you. It's more of a desperate need to have attention paid to you that you'll do anything and everything to do it.
Yeah,
so they're both trapped for different reasons.
See, I think she's dug in because like it would be admitting defeat. What do I know? I don't never met her and I've never talked to her. Kind of annoying that I would even have an opinion on it. But I do think that if they broke up and she did like call her daddy or something, like, and she sat down and like got interviewed by a female, I think that she could easily flip it. Now she wouldn't be famous anymore. No, but she could get like a Real Housewives of like Salt Lake City situation going on.
Now, Pablo Torre did respond to Jordan's quote tweet and said, "Hi, Jordan. Your invitation to be a guest stands. I think our audience would love it. You will never be banned by @PabloFindsOut."
Is that a reference to the necklace? That's got to be a reference to the necklace, right? Wasn't that her little Easter egg? She wore her little necklace that said "banned" on it.
Well, and banned from the UNC football facilities.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Now, the other funny thing about this is that somebody quickly saw that at first Jordan had just replied to the original Pablo Torre Finds Out tweet and said, "You're welcome," but then realized, no, there's a better way of doing this. And then a minute later quote tweeted the "You're welcome" and put that in there. So same reply, both in a reply to the tweet and as a quote tweet.
Yeah, you got to quote tweet it.
She's still figuring things out.
Yeah,
they teach that in PR class.
Yeah, big PR firm, a big Trouble Cub Productions. No question about it. When is this marriage taking place already?
Oh my
so
God.
That can be mocked.
Holidays, please.
It's
let
got to
it
be coming
Christmas
up, right?
wedding. Well,
Yeah, we
actually,
had
no.
heard Christmas.
That doesn't do us a lot of good if we're off the air.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, regardless of what happens, if they get married over the holidays, it's not like that won't be ripe for attention for a long time.
We'll have time to dissect it before we come on the air with it. Your boy Pat McAfee tweeted something out a couple hours ago, Fred. "Good morning, beautiful people. Life is a wild thing. One moment you can be staring in a mirror at a broken person, and the next moment a spark of motivation and inspiration can drop into your universe and change the trajectory of it all. Maybe it's a memory of a good time or better days. Maybe it's a random run-in with a life-changing energy. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe, just maybe, you get to the point where you decide to finally say F it and eliminate the anchors and start seeking out the things that make you feel good. Blah, 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 blah. We woke up today. Let's remember that is a win. All caps. Good luck out there, AHT." And then a photo of himself in the sauna. So that is your daily affirmation from Pat McAfee.
Boy, it must rule to be a fan of his.
There's an opportunity to find something that makes you celebrate being alive. That's what every day is. If you consciously look at it.
I don't know. I don't know why anyone's on that. I don't know. If you're on Instagram, at least you get to see the Wallach shirt.
This is.
I don't know why that needed. I don't know.
There's 2 times a day you shouldn't tweet. very late at night, especially when you've been drinking, or first thing in the morning when you think you've got that brilliant first cup of coffee energy and your mind is really racing. Stay away from your phone during those times. Don't send messages at that hour.
It's funny because these guys are on TV so much too. Like he's on TV like during the day, and then he's on TV on the weekends. Like they're on a college football show. There's no competition. Like they kill everything. Like you're on TV 6 days a week. Why does there have to be something else? Unless you have the Wallach t-shirt, which is the only reason to be on social media. But like, why did that need to be said? Why didn't he open his show saying that? Remember when Stern wouldn't give interviews because he was like, we'll talk about it on my show.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's just seriously, like, why didn't you just start the show you have?
You'll never
That's
be heard by
broadcast
more people
internationally, right?
Yeah.
Like, why did that have to be written? And I use the sauna. Why is that some achievement now? In the movie that I saw, what movie was it? It has Rogan in it. He plays it's like a identity thing. I forget what movie it was. I saw it in the theater, but there's this thing. Rogan plays this like rich. Seth Rogen plays this rich guy.
Oh,
and he keeps going from the cold plunge to the sauna, the cold plunge to the sauna, and they're like, "Why are you doing it?" And he's like, "I don't know." like I love Brandon Novak, and he's like a real good guy in like the sober community. He used to be on Jackass and stuff. He had a terrible heroin addiction, but he has good things to say, and that's his lane, like his motivational. But he will he'll be saying this profound thing, and then there'll be music, and then it will be a video of him submerging himself in a cold plunge. And I'm like, you're just sitting there. Like if you're in the sauna or the cold plunge, you're really just sitting there. You know, if you're finishing a 60-mile run, then you're like, wow. But I mean, anyone can sit in a sauna.
Or in a cold plunge, and you put your own methodology to work there. You don't tweet photos out of it. You just talk about it on the air a lot. The cold plunge.
That's a motivation on my vessel to motivate, which is this show.
Gotcha.
Bit idea. 6:10 every morning. Lay it on the line. Tell you how to attack the day.
Nice.
But we got to get a cold plunge in here.
Okay.
Or I could just do it from home and then come in at 7.
I'd be okay with that.
If the station wants to build me a cold plunge, if it's unrealistic to be in here. Ah, it's so cold. Get the day. All right. That'll do it for us. Everyone take a nice cold shower, and then you'll never be poor. That'll do it for us. Everyone have a great day. Bye.
Talk to you.